Folsom, Cadet DeCoshi, and Cadet Private McQueen. To honor America, please stand at this time and participate as Mr. Luke Hart conducts the Dreadnought Band in our national anthem. quality of good sportsmanship. Play strong, play hard, play fair. The FHSAA also reminds you that live streaming state series events via social media without prior approval. Tonight's contests are from the Central Florida Officials Association, and they are referee Kerry Jackson, umpire Joseph Amundsen, linesman Boo Boo, line judge Kyle Hill, back judge Kevin Bowersox, side judge David Medina, field judge Andy Patterson. The game clock official is Alan Morrison, and the play clock is run by Dale Knipp. The captains for the Titans this evening are number 1, David Wright, number 2, Marcus Day, number 4, Bobby Moore, and number 7, Jaden Tippett. The captains for the Dreadnaughts this evening are number 1, DeMarcus Bowman, number 2, Finley Graham, number 4, Q Hall, and number 7, Sean Smith. Champion again. kickoff return, tackled by Jalen Christian. The Titans will take over first down and 10 from their own 23-yard line. Lakeland High School would like to welcome Dax Shingers to tonight's game. Osmanis Aguilera on the carry, tackled by Kendall Dennis. Play gain 9 yards, brings up second down and 1. David Wright's pass is complete to Greg Gaines. Play gained 11 yards and results in a Titans first down. James Evans on the carry. Play lost a yard, brings up second down and 11. Five-yard penalty and loss of down. Brings up third down and 25. David White is sacked on the play. Gabriel Dendy with the sack. Play lost 4 yards. Brings up fourth down and 29. Holmes's punt goes out of bounds. The Dreadnaughts take over first down and 10 from the Titans' 44-yard line. On the carry. Norris Davis with the tackle. Play gain 12 yards. It results in a Dreadnaughts first down. Marcus Bowman on the carry.
We can't get instant replay because this was changed and not changed back. Systems, set. I think it's supposed to be that.
Marcus Bowman on the carry, tackled by Stephen Parker. Breaking 17 yards, and results in the Dreadnaughts first down. Play gain 3 yards, brings up second down and goal from the 1. Offsides against the Dreadnaughts. Brings up second down and goal from the 6-yard line. The point after attempt is no good. The Dreadnaught scoring drive was 6 plays and covered 44 yards. The scoring play was DeMarcus Bowman's 6-yard touchdown run, which brings the score to the Lakeland Dreadnaughts 6 and the Tampa Bay Titans 0. For the latest official news about Florida high school sports, including results of all rounds in the 2019 FHSAA Football Championships, visit FHSAA.org, the official website of the Florida High School Athletic Association. That's www.fhsaa.org. Catch live and on-demand postseason coverage of Florida high school sports at www.nfhsnetwork.com. Brought to you by the NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA. Kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback. At this time, the FHSAA asks that all educators in attendance tonight stand up so tonight's crowd can publicly recognize and thank you for your dedication, commitment, and passion. The valuable lessons you instill in our student athletes help them succeed not only athletically, but academically as well. Thank you, teachers, for everything you do. Officials timeout for the first quarter water break. At the end of the first quarter, we will ask everyone in the stadium to stand and give a big Dreadnaught wave to the Lakeland Regional Health Pediatric Unit on the 6th floor of the Carol Jenkins Barnett Pavilion for Women and Children. The patients, families, staff, and doctors will be waving back at us. We will give you instructions when it is time for the Dreadnaught wave.
Dental care and prevention. Every member of our team promises to meet the needs and concerns of special focus on sedation dentistry, implant dentistry, and orthodontics. Call to schedule your appointment today and let our family converse.
Brings up 2nd down and 6. Osmanis Aguilera with the carry. And results in a Titans first down.
Second down and 10. That was just a rifle of a throw and got to the receiver, but
just your classic wide receiver screen. It was a good throw, and I think he heard footsteps, and he got punished. No doubt about that.
He might have heard more than footsteps. He might have heard clip-clops of a rhinoceros coming after him. That was a full charge as handoff. They've had a little bit of success on the ground, actually more than And there's a late
And
flag.
there's going to be a flag against Lakeland. That's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct.
It is late hit.
After the whistle had blown, the Lakeland player just threw a Titan on the ground for everyone to see. That's a no-brainer call there for the ref to make.
In Lakeland's defense, it was behind the play, and it looked like both participants were still going after it. So,
well, but unfortunately, Lakeland is the one who threw the Titan on the ground.
Yeah, they saw that last part, which is where, in fact, Lakeland did throw the number 70 on the ground. So the first time the Titans will be in Dreadnought territory here. Dreadnoughts just lead 6-0, 5:20 remaining in the first quarter. Again, we apologize if you can't hear us. That was a nice pass and a beautiful hit. Oh, they're going to call that spearing or something.
I can't imagine what that flag is going to be. It should definitely not be pass interference. He timed that perfectly. The ball was definitely there.
It looked like a beautiful hit. That can't be a bad hit. That was.
I don't see targeting or spearing or anything.
No, there wasn't any head-to-head. It was the shoulder pads. That's a awful call if that's what that is.
Let's see what it is. Maybe they'll pick it up.
Talking it over. And that was just that. You can't play it any better if you're a defensive back. It's exactly what you want to do. The receiver's just getting it in the breadbasket, and you hammer the ball loose from a jarring hit. This place is going to erupt if they don't call this off. Oh, he caught his face mask. Personal foul.
There was a personal foul.
Wow, they called both.
Which was declined. And a personal foul hit to the head.
Oh, that's awful. That's an awful call.
I'd like to see a replay of that. To me, it didn't seem like there was really helmet-to-helmet contact. I mean, he did hit him. I thought it was more in the shoulder pad area. I'd love to see a replay of that.
He didn't lead with the helmet. He was just tackling him with shoulder pads, and their helmets may have touched, but he didn't hit him with the helmet. That's an awful call.
I mean, you have to protect the players and, you know, all that good stuff, but that just seemed like a bad call there.
So momentum with Wright and company just on the penalties. They've gotten 30 yards in penalties in the last few moments. And the incomplete pass, second down and 10. Again, we don't know if y'all can hear us. We apologize if you can't. Doesn't matter if you can't. But if you can.
I've gotten an update from my mom that they can now hear us.
Oh, well, there you go.
With the volume turned up full blast.
Okay.
So hopefully everyone can hear us.
If you can hear us slightly, turn up your volume. Hopefully you'll be able to catch us as we're back in action here with you at the 5:06 mark. Dreadnaughts lead 6-0. Of course, Wright drops back, looking for receivers, well covered. Now getting pressure off the side. Hit, dropped back. Nice job. Dindy was the first man, and then the cleanup man, let's see, was number, is that 19 or 15?
99, Gabriel Dindy hit him to begin with. And these jersey numbers are honestly kind of hard to read from up here.
I think that was Cleotis Anglin, the 12th grade defensive lineman, 6'3", 235, that cleaned things up, number
Cleotis
19.
Anglin?
Yeah. His jersey's bunched up, but we believe it's
and the font is a little bit, it's a weird font on the number of these jerseys, and then the silver is kind of light mixed in with the orange.
But beautiful job of Dindy again, stopping the quarterback's momentum. And then
third and 19 after that loss.
Big loss, 3rd and 19. Quick pass, long floater, and it should have been picked off. How did we not get that? Lost concentration a little bit. I think he looked down to see the sideline and then took his eye off the ball for a second, but still an incomplete pass. Nice coverage downfield on a floater.
I think that's number 5 for Lakeland. No, that's going to be Jakari Moore. I'm telling you, these numbers are hard to read from up here.
Might have been Jalen Christian, number 6. But you're right. They kind of, the lights kind of hit off
number 6. I think you're right, Jalen Christian.
So that will bring up a 4th down and punt situation. So the Dreadnought defense holds even after the 2 personal fouls and the 30 yards given away on penalties. Some of them questionable. And the Naughts will get the ball back. Let's see if they'll have a chance to return it, as they're just going to kind of pooch kick it to the sideline. And it takes a sideward bounce and hits a Titan player at about the 26-yard line.
Another shaky punt?
Yeah, I guess.
So due to the 2 penalties, the Titans had a chance to tie this game and take a lead with the extra point as they got the ball kind of gifted to them down inside the 30. But thanks to, once again, the dominant Dreadnought pass rush, the Titans were forced to punt once again.
If anything, Jeff, those penalties fired up our defense a little bit, and I think they held firm. That was a pretty nice float pass by Wright. I mean, it was a nice touch, tried to lay it in there, but two Dreadnaughts were there, and again, number 6, Christian, had the chance of picking it off, but still good field position here for the Knots, trying to tack on to their 6-point lead with Bowman up the middle. Bowman with a nice push, pushing a pile nearly 9 yards.
Gain right in the middle. That's 2 runs in a row now. We've seen Bowman showing you he's got some power to go with his speed and cutback ability.
You know, he just makes the most out of every carry. You know, I mean, where I think a lot of backs would pick up a yard or 2 or get tripped up at the line, he somehow still finds enough of a seam to pick up, 8-9 yards. We'll take that all the time on first down.
He's pretty compact.
He is. And he's not going to go down on the first hit to the body either, so very strong legs. I formation. Handoff again. Bowman cuts back over the middle. Bowman with a fresh set. Nice break and tackles. Gets flipped up. That was a good tackle by number 4. He was the last man, Bobby Moore, who had a shot at him. If it weren't for Bobby Moore,
I thought he was about to break it.
Yeah,
I was about to say, see you later.
Bobby grabbed his jersey and just kind of wrestled him down. But as you said, Bowman was trying to pull with his shoulder to fight away from the jersey grab.
To Corey Smart, offensive lineman for the Dreadnaughts. He kind of missed the block there with Bobby Moore. If he had a better block there on Bobby Moore, then I think Bowman would have took it to the house.
Timeout on the field with 3:05 left. Dreadnaughts lead 6-0. We'll be right back after these short messages.
At the Spine Institute of Central Florida, we view surgery as a last resort. When needed, we employ the least invasive state-of-the-art spine surgical techniques to fix the problem at the source. Our highly trained experts provide the entire spectrum of non-surgical and surgical spine care all under one roof. Our unique approach ensures that you get the best results possible, maximize your recovery, and get back to what you love. Spine Institute of Central Florida. Trust nothing but the very best for your spine care.
Spine Institute of Central Florida, one of our newer sponsors. As we are back here, hopefully you can hear us at Bryant Stadium.
So the same score between Bloomingdale and Armwood that we have tonight between us, with Armwood up 6-0.
As we go further in these playoffs, you see these games get tighter as Garnett throws it, and it's tipped. If the defender was paying attention, he could have picked that off.
But that was close.
Jalen Roll was the intended receiver.
As Garnett goes back to the huddle with the play received from Coach Castle.
Garnett tucked back under center, I formation, handoff to Jakari Martin, who busts his way for about 5.
Gain 7 yards, brings up 3rd down and 3.
3rd down and 3. I think Garnett likes when he's close to Coach Bill Castle, doesn't have to run that far. Feedback. I'm getting tons of feedback, like it's echoing in my head.
Demarcus Bowman on the carry.
Demarcus Bowman on the carry.
Play gain 3 yards.
3-yard gain. Sorry, I'm not talking much. I'm getting feedback. Mike, if you can hear me, volume needs to be lowered, but that's better on the feedback. Okay, there we go. Now I can hear it. Thank you. Sorry, I was hearing double voices of myself. Now we're back. Having some technical problems tonight.
You were hearing voices, weren't you?
I was hearing voices. All right, much better. First down, Knots. Just under 2 minutes in the first quarter remaining. The Dreadnaughts with 6 points, but The Titans had a chance here on their last possession to put some points up after those penalty yards and did not. But the Dreadnought defense came hard on some sacks. And now the Dreadnought offense just trying to keep things going. Nice pass this time. Again, a drop. Number 9, same thing. Jalen Roll just couldn't get the mitts on it. And there's a flag here at the 42.
Garnett and his receivers not quite in rhythm yet tonight. A little bit behind him, but he has hands on the ball. It's a catch you like to see your receiver make.
All feels a bit off tonight. Up here in the press box and, and down on the field. Just not quite in sync.
Holding against Lakeland.
Sometimes you just have to keep on game plan and power through some of these issues, and good things will happen. Shale, of course, 12th grade senior quarterback for the Knots, 6'2", 205, came in the middle of the season and has performed extremely well. I'd put him really high on the decision making. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes. A couple pitches were, off in timing, but overall he does a nice job of managing the game, as that's a good looking throw. And there's a nice catch by Smith with his arms extended fully out.
That might be one of the more impressive catches Smith has made all year.
That was a tough catch. Got enough of the penalty yards back to being back in a 2nd and 8 now. As Reggie Kellum checks back in the game. And Jakari Martin checks out. So hopefully you can hear us okay now, and you're enjoying some Friday Night Live football here in the Regional State Semifinal in Class 7A. Garnett under center, single set back. They do hand off to Bowman, who's trying to find room off the left side. Gets a good block by Roll, but it's going to be flagged as Bowman drops the hat, drops the anchor, as we would say, but I think it's going to come back on a hold. And then another late flag on the sideline. So we're not sure if some jawings going on, but they're getting flag happy now here in this regional semifinal. Most of them, unfortunately, have gone against the Knots. We'll see how this one shakes out. Everyone's marching back. So they appear to be both against the Knots, because we're just marching way back. I don't even think we're arguing it. Still waiting to hear from, there's the holding call, which we kind of guessed at, block in the back. Also unsportsmanlike conduct against the Knots over on the sideline. Didn't see it, or certainly couldn't hear anything, so the Knots will be, holy mackerel. Goodness gracious. We have more penalty yards tonight than we do offensive yards, I would guess. Which is not what you want as a coach in the first quarter. Still 2nd down, a glimmer of hope. Reminds me of this deficit we had in the state championship game last year, where with that long pass play to Finley Graham, Jalen Roll is going to come on an inside, and he just cannot find the handle on the ball. Jalen has dropped 3 balls now. 3rd and 31, your normal afternoon 3rd down play upcoming. My goodness. I can't tell if it's just some sloppy play or the trigger-happy refs are out tonight. The cool weather's got him frisky. Frisky at Bryant Stadium. Nice play-action pass going deep, and it's a beautiful throw to Smith, but it's going to be too long. And Smith looking for some pass interference, and it was pretty good coverage, I would say, by number 9. Damari Petaway. Dreadnoughts got to be careful here. This is just one of those games where you're letting the opposing team hang around here almost at the end of the first quarter, only a 6-0 lead, and now giving it back to the Titans. And based on where we're marked, unless Garnett booms one, they're going to have pretty good field position here as well to round out this first quarter. Nice snap. And just a...
He got the hang time on that one, but it did not go very far.
Well,
It's a decent
thank
bounce.
goodness. That is, oh,
wow. Are you kidding me?
That is a huge bounce of about 15, 18 yards on a subpar punt.
That's the ugliest, prettiest 39-yard punt I've ever seen.
All right, that was an ugly gimme.
One thing about a punt like that, there's no chance of having a return on it, so that's good.
I mean, that thing just had to hit just right on the turf to get that kind of kick.
Yeah, I never would have expected that kind of a bounce, you know. That looks like my drive off the tee sometimes.
First down and 10, Titans right, fires on. Oh, beautiful play. That
Great
was
coverage.
A gorgeous defensive play by number 3, Zay Roberson. I mean, that was textbook, as he just had his hand lightly on the wide receiver, as you'll see right here, and then boom.
He didn't have his hand on him at all.
No, didn't even have his hand. Yeah, just clear. I thought he had his hand on his lower back, but perfect.
Beautiful
timing on the defensive play on the short slant, and now they're getting nothing up the middle, which the Dreadnaughts are stingy, as we know, on run defense.
Zay Roberson is 6'1", 185. I'd be curious to see what kind of interest he's garnering from college scouts. That's good height for a cornerback.
The Titans have had a couple run plays of 5, 6, 7 yards, but now again in a 3rd and long, they've been unable to throw deep patterns. They've tried a few times, Jeff, but we've had good coverage downfield, and then, of course, times run out on right back there with the pressure being applied by our defensive line, particularly Dindy and number 19 as well. Anglin have been all over the place as the first quarter does come to an end here at Bryant Stadium, and now it is time with the Dreadnaughts leading 6-0 for the Dreadnought Wave. As all of us will stand and direct our attention over to the 6th floor of the Barnett Pavilion. Everyone participating here in the stadium, lighting up their cell phones. That's awesome. Boy, there's more. Everyone's coming out for the playoffs. There's more phones lit up there in the pediatric unit than we've seen in quite a while. At least 10, 11 of them up there.
All kind of concentrating on that one window. And normally I thought they were on their floor higher, but I guess that's the floor they're always at. But
yeah, a bunch of Dreadnought fans, and of course our well wishes go out to all of those folks.
Our thoughts and prayers are with all the patients.
Patients, the kids, the nurses as well, everyone that makes life just a little bit easier for the children that are going through what they're going through. So,
pediatric cancer are 2 words that just don't go together.
No, right? Normally have a few things to read for the FHSAA, but we don't have any announcements. So, you all know, just don't steal any of their coverage or footage. Or now, the FHSAA does a good job. As we are officially deep in the playoffs here, with the Knots, though, in a tussle here after the first quarter, only up 6-0. Bit unusual position for them. Not that the Titans have played extraordinary defense. The Knots have shot themselves in the foot. The Titans, bad snap there. Ball on the ground, drop, and Dreadnought ball. There's a turnover deep in Titan territory. That's a nice break. Right. Looked at the defensive line. Don't think that those pressures and those hits that he took early don't play in his mind, because on that snap, yes, it was a poor snap, but he was also watching the defensive ends come in at him, and he took his eye off the ball, dropped it, and the Dreadnaughts take over at the 14-yard line.
First turnover of the night, Tim.
First turnover, you saw right
there. Gives Lakeland a chance to kind of really take control of this game. Make it a 2-score lead. They can punch it in.
Strong eye, Jakari Martin and Bowman in the running back slot. Nice blocking. DeMarcus Bowman.
Touchdown,
Wow, was that blocking?
Dreadnaughts.
I'll give that touchdown as much to the offensive line and the receivers who just created a huge gap for Bowman. He doesn't need much, but you give him that much space.
That's what Lakeland calls the Tim Conti blocking play. The hole so big that even Tim Conti could score a touchdown.
I might take you up on that. I think I could squirt through on
Bowman
that.
showing you his speed, just rushed right through that big hole.
Debo's trotting out. He's like, that was easy, man. I didn't have to hit anybody.
DeMarcus got a set of guns on him, doesn't he, Tim?
Yeah, he does. Watching him in warm-ups, too, man. Both on the legs, the tree trunks, and the arms. He's quite the specimen. And he doesn't just look at the part. He actually puts those muscles in action as the Dreadnaughts going for 2 here to try to get back those lost 2. Hard snap count, and they do fall for it. So the Knots will have even better position there as they'll be up tight.
Here comes the hammer package.
Yep.
Paging Jakari Martin. Paging
Dindy, number 51. Those big,
Jakari Martin.
what we used to call the Beefaloes. Adrian James, just a mere 6'1", 320. Just going to stuff the line and let Martin or Bowman take it in, or Davis, so to speak. Can be either one of them. This time Bowman follows the pack, easily gets in, lowers the helmet, and drives for the 2-point conversion. There you go.
Bowman has hit pay dirt 3 times tonight now. 2-1
Man.
conversion, and before that, 2 touchdowns.
14-0 your score here just into the second quarter. We'll take a brief timeout and be right back with you.
One of the most important things that we do is actually sit down and take the time to have a good understanding. Having a customer that maybe is opening another location and to help them either secure another piece of property. Whenever our customers are successful, we feel successful as well. And just being able to share in that process is a great experience, and that's why we do what we do.
There you see DeMarcus Bowman sitting on the bench getting a well-deserved drink of water, belly wash. And the scoring drive officially 1 play, 14 yards by that man right there, number 1. And aided, the assist goes to number 19 right there, as we've called his name several times tonight, Cleotis Anglin, who's having a fine game. And a bit of a low kick, but the Dreadnought special teams drops number 3, just decks Harris just outside the 20-yard line. Dontavian Smith with the tackle.
From their own 25-yard line.
So the Knott defense still pitching the shutout despite the big penalty yards they've had go against them, really aiding the Titans. They've had not much. They've had a couple 5- and 6-yard runs and a few slant plays, but overall the defensive backs right now prevailing for the Knots. Right, it's going to look like it's a late, either some movement or just a delay of game, one of the two. It was a false start. So the Titans go back 5-15. That helps the Dreadnought defense being able to super pin their ears back now. Right. Snap. Handoff straight up the gut for no gain. And there's
some extracurricular activities again.
Another late flag. Oh, goodness. That's crazy.
I think this one's about 50-50, Tim, who they're going to call it on.
I don't know.
The last one, I knew they were going to call on the Dreadnaughts, but this one I'm not sure.
They both were kind of going at it after the whistle, but everyone was in the scrum pile, so to speak, so I don't know if they're going to pick that up or it's going to be offsetting. No, they're going to call it against us, of course. Only 5 yards, though. Face mask. Must have been deep. How did they see that? That must have been deep in the pile.
I thought they were going to get the 2 guys who were kind of going out of there, but instead it was all about the face mask.
Now, someone probably grazed it, and they just called it. They're being picky. Like I said, a little frisky tonight with the cool air. Well, they get 5 yards back on the penalty, so number 6 broke through the defensive line and picked up about 5 yards.
Lakeland's front seven is doing a good job controlling the line of scrimmage tonight against the Titans.
You can see Aguilera right there, just makes a decent cut and falls forward for a decent gain. Another penalty against the Knots. Face mask. Really?
I didn't really see that on the ball carrier. Maybe it was
That's a 15-yarder,
offensive lineman or something. I didn't. They even showed the replay there, unless I just missed it. I didn't really see a face mask on the ball carrier. Maybe it was against, a lineman or something.
And they have well over 100 yards in penalties already in a quarter and a minute.
Think over 100?
Oh, yeah. They've had two stretches where they've had 30 each, so they've had 60, and then that was just another 15, 75. They've had a few 10-yarders, so they've got to be right at 100 yards.
Nice back shoulder throw there. The catch was out of bounds. They're going to say it's a catch.
Yeah, he caught.
Beautiful throw there by David Wright, the junior gunslinger.
Really,
probably the best completion of the night.
Oh yeah, well defended. You can't do much about that, as you can see. Really, Roberson had coverage, but when it's a back throw like that and the receiver is aware of it and turns around, and it's that sharply thrown ball, really nothing you could do. So Aguilera now again busts through the defensive line. A bit of momentum for the Titans, down 14-0. Big offensive line, perhaps the biggest we've seen on an opposing team, as there is a player down for the Titans.
They have a good amount of size on him, especially big number 77.
Yeah.
He's a hoss out there, number 55.
70's a big in as well.
Yeah, maybe that's what I meant, yeah.
There's no, you're right.
They got some size on them, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're going ahead and the booth says let's go ahead and take a brief timeout with the Titan player down. Although, well, he popped back up. Let's go ahead and hang here. Looks like he's up and okay and walking off himself. So
there's big number 77. 70 is not quite as big, but not too far behind. You think about it, though, Tim, even though they got some good size in the offensive line, Lakeland's front seven is using their speed to create major problems for the Titans.
Well, we played bigger teams before, and the Dreadnaughts have prevailed with the speed and the strength to go along with the speed, so they can often fight off blocks. As Aguilera this time gets a nice hole and skips through. The linebackers kind of were on coverage in Aguilera. So it's crazy. We said this kind of spread offensive pass team now is turning out to have more success on the ground. 9-yard run by Aguilera. First down, Titans with their deepest.
Good ankle tackle there by the Dreadnaughts.
This is the furthest into Dreadnought territory by far that they've gone at the 10-minute mark here in the second quarter. Right, shotgun again, handoff Aguilera, who's busting tackles, getting off the left side. Dreadnoughts just not wrapping them up. Another first down.
Yeah, Tim, some of these spread offenses, it's kind of an illusion that all they do is pass. What they really want to do is spread you out and then pound you with the running plays. And that's kind of what the Titans are doing in this drive.
He's got a good size to him. He's 6 foot, 220 pounds. So he's a little bigger
senior
than
running
Bowman.
back.
Yeah, senior. He's got some experience. They're going to keep going to the well there. Aguilera again off the left side between the guard and the tackle. Picks up a few yards.
Titans in the red zone for the first time tonight. See if the Dreadnought defense can bend but not break on this drive.
Second down, 8. The Titans threatening under the legs of Aguilera, number 6. He's really counted for all the yards on this offensive possession. Hard snap count. Again, handoff Aguilera straight up the gut. They're going to keep testing the Knots. They're like, hey, you know what? We're moving the ball. Let's keep going. Pretty decent stop, though.
And they're keeping the Dreadnought offense off the field by having kind of a prolonged drive here. 3rd and 5, the big play for the Titans.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like much, but you said it, big play. This is perhaps the biggest play of the evening for the Titans.
I'm pretty sure this is 4-down territory. I don't think they're going to kick a field goal. I wouldn't imagine.
Pressure, offside, deep throw into coverage, and it's caught, but I think it's going to be out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Maybe we can see a replay on that. That was close. I do think he was out of bounds.
Dangerous throw with lots of into coverage, but
here we go.
Greg Gaines was the intended receiver. You can see the kind of quarter pattern as the TV goes out. We don't know if you can see the replay or not. No, maybe not.
I don't know if the booth can show the replay one more time or not, as we lost the picture there just when we were going to see if it was a good call or not. But nonetheless, the Dreadnaughts would take it. The referee ruled the receiver number 8.
So here we go, 4th down
Greg
and 5.
Gaines was out of bounds. 4th and 5. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown.
Side looking, quick pass, blocked. Nice deflection by one of the linebackers for the Naughts. Fantastic play of just getting your arm in there and knocking it away. They tried a quick slant again right at the goal line. Fine defensive play.
Big time deflection there. The ball hung in the air for a little bit. Thought maybe someone would have a chance for a touchdown or interception, but it fell harmlessly to the ground. So the Lakeland defense stood up strong and tall inside the shadow of Henley Field, and they got the stop they needed. So they take over, but at their own 7-yard line. So 93 yards to pay dirt this time for the Dreadnaughts.
So you saw Q Hall, and then you also are seeing some interesting shots. That's why you didn't see us on the camera, but there's the young lady who's doing fantastic work with the camera down on the field. I didn't get her name when she was up here, but we'll get her name and give her some props. She's doing a great job of moving around, not getting in the way, but bringing you some nice sideline shots as the Dreadnaughts on first down with Bowman pick up a few yards. He ran right into one of his offensive linemen there.
That's the best job the Titans defense has done all night of bottling up Bowman.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 yard on the play.
We're going to bust something here soon, though. It's coming.
Did you see Coach Baldini going over the plays that just happened on the screen with his defense? Technology, even in high school, they have technology to be able to do that. It's not just NFL, college. High school is able to take advantage of that. It's pretty amazing.
Got some real production going on in this broadcast, getting to see those intimate views down there on the sideline. Back to action here. 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard pickup. Everyone moves left side. Bowman trying to get to the outside, and he's going to just patiently wait, and he's going to get a flag. He's going to get a personal foul.
So instead of being 3rd and 2, it's going to be a Dreadnought first down as the Titans get their first.
No, this will be against the Dreadnaughts.
I think it's a late hit.
Yeah, it's going to go against Bowman. Watch right here. Pull him.
Oh, you're right. I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
He basically, it's a face mask. Really, he grabs his face mask. We'll see if the referee saw that.
Face mask, personal foul. And
you rarely see that call, offensive face mask. Let's see if the refs picked that up as you did, Tim. Because I almost said it looked like that Bowman baited that call because he kind of stopped right there.
Yeah, he was getting ready to stiff arm, and then the guy's face mask was still there as he was hitting him out of bounds, so he just grabbed it and kind of flung him. It was a foul. I'm not gonna lie.
Dreadnought fans are booing, but they didn't see it. Tim, you were all over that one. That absolutely is the right call. Very rare call you don't see, but it was the correct call. Unfortunately, so it's going to be 2nd and long. Actually, yeah, we'll stay 2nd down. 2nd and long.
Well, if we weren't over 100 yards before, we are now on penalties.
Because if that play had been, after the whistle, I think it would have actually been 3rd down. But since it was not after the whistle, it would be 2nd down and long here for the Dreadnaughts.
Can someone tell the refs the goal is not to have as much or more penalty yards than yards on the field on offense of either team?
Yes, it's just half the distance to the goal. It's not really that long of a penalty. So it's actually just 2nd and about 8 or 2nd and 9.
But as we talk about often, the Dreadnaughts' momentum has been stifled for sure, as that's a nice pump fake there, and Smith has to turn his shoulder and just not enough under it.
They could have almost got Smith for offensive pass interference.
You're right.
He did a good job of preventing the interception there.
Well, the problem with that is, Smith is so quick. He had 2 steps on the defender, and the ball was just thrown so short that he had to stop and turn around, and the best guy to catch the ball was actually
So I
the
was
defender.
wrong. That actually was 3rd down. They didn't replay 2nd down. So now it's 4th and 8. So Dreadnaughts have to punt from their own end zone. So the Titans stand to get very good field position.
Bowman is going to want to make up for that mistake there as he Cost the team some yards there and unable to convert after the penalty. So the Knots kicking from their own. There's a better punt.
Better punt that time.
The quarterback. It's going to be caught at the 47. A nice
it's got a lane.
Move. And another face
good job.
mask. There's another face mask. How
good
about
job
that?
getting him down, but not with avoiding the
gosh.
face mask.
I've never seen so many face masks ever. What did they practice hitting heads this week in practice? Tackling by your helmet? Lower, guys. Legs are good.
Sloppy start to the game for the Dreadnaughts with all these penalties, Tim.
I mean, they're doing it themselves.
And they could potentially definitely have a bigger lead here in the game if not for the penalties. But, I mean, they're actually fortunate to be up 2 scores. I mean, the last touchdown was courtesy of a fumble by the Titans. So the Titans are going to start this drive. Are you ready for this? At the Dreadnought 26-yard line. Pretty good starting field position.
I'd say. I mean, Dreadnoughts held last time, but you're starting to ask a lot from your defense to continually come up with big plays or turnovers. Sooner or later, the Titans are going to come up with something here. They're going to go back to Aguilera, who breaks a tackle, busts a tackle, and he's laying some punishment on some people there. Hard running by
Aguilera certainly features a bruising running style.
Now, he hit 3 knots
doles
before he
out
came
the punishment as much as he takes it. Look at this. Boom, boom. That was a hell of a helmet right there. They could have called that on probably really Aguilera more than the Dreadnought defender.
He's feeling it, too. You can just tell when a running back wants the ball and is feeling momentum. And he's got that right now, and he thinks he can bust through the defensive line and get yards. So he's going to have to come out of the play. His helmet popped off, so he'll come out for one play. But he's being extremely successful here for the Titans. New running back in. Just under 7 minutes. Number 3 gets the carry off left side. He's not going to have, I was just going to say, number 3 is not going to get near the kind of production.
That's Sean Smith, the Lakeland linebacker, with the tackle for a loss. Great job there. Good penetration by Smith, as you see the replay here.
And the only reason, and if you're another team, you might want to watch this.
Great job of wrapping him up right there.
Yeah, Aguilera's having success is just because he's a bruiser, and he's just taking on the defensive line and the linebackers. Aguilera's back in the ball game on a 3rd down and 8. This is a passing situation, though, so let's see as they spread the offense 2 wide receivers, and they do fake the handoff and throw to number 4, caught for a touchdown by the Titans.
Touchdown for the Titans. Once again, that back shoulder throw. Great job by Wright. Play action fake, and gets it out quick before the Dreadnought pass rush can get there. And it's a touchdown for Bobby Moore, the senior wide receiver. So take advantage of the short field, Tim. Only 26-yard touchdown drive.
Yeah. You got to be a little concerned if you're not liking the way this is shaping up. You know, you have those kind of dead games every once in a while that things just seem flat. You seem to get a lot of penalties. You're just not clicking on offense, and that's what we got tonight, Jeff Goddard, as the Titans now tighten this one up 14-7 here with 6:12 remaining in the second quarter. We got a ball game.
Also possible that Lakeland could be looking ahead a little bit to the potential clash with Armwood next week, but you're playing a very good Tampa Bay Tech squad here. You got to have your full focus on them. Otherwise, you may not get to Armwood next week.
Yeah, I mean, again, sometimes these are the games that you just have to fight through and keep doing what you're good at. But right now, it's just got that feeling of a close game. I hate to say that because it may end up not being it, but.
So almost halfway through the second quarter here, 6:12 to go. And Lakeland will get the ball to start the second half. He's just joining us as they won the toss and declined the option to the second half.
We talked a little bit about Tampa Bay Tech in the opening, but again, you probably couldn't hear us. Of course, the quarterback, Wright, has over 2,100 yards, and now adding to that, of course, and 24 touchdowns, so impressive throughout the year. Even though they're an 8-3 squad, they play better than that. Again, another sloppy thing by one of the Dreadnaughts who just and then seems like he doesn't even try. Is that Smith?
Smith. A lot of times when you kind of muff the kickoff, a lot of times you get a good return because the return team or the kicking team kind of lets up a little bit. How often do you see that return man bobbles and he ends up getting a huge return? And I thought
it looked like
he had an alley there. Yeah, he just kind of stopped. Unusual there.
Officials time out for the second quarter water break.
Well, we're not seeing, as we have the second quarter water break, we'll just talk through this break. We haven't mentioned names that you sometimes would normally hear a lot more. Finley Graham, you're not hearing a lot of production out of Finley. Jalen Roll has had multiple drops, 3 drops at least, not helping Garnett much. And then you tack on all the penalty yards. It's just not happening right now for the Knots. We don't want to get too down on them. Got lots of time to go, but they need to turn things around a little bit with a couple big plays or some.
Of course, Finley's been in the game on defense, but no plays on offense yet, or at least no touches, and hasn't really had a chance to get a return yet either. So he's kind of quiet. But he really hasn't had an opportunity.
That might be playing right into the Titans' game plan is just keep Finley Graham out of it. He's definitely a spark for sure, and you don't let that spark happen. The Garnett's going to work out of the shotgun. Nice fake. And there's a big hole. And here's a lot of running room. And there's the speed that we see. Goodbye. Hopefully no flags. Bowman, as we finally said, breaks a big one right into the cannon. That's a good look for you. Really ran right in the cannon smoke. Here, watch this. Just the beauty of poetry in motion right here, folks.
That's an 85-yard touchdown jaunt by one DeMarcus Bowman, his 3rd touchdown of the night.
Oh, they didn't play it. The cannon busted right when he got into the end zone. That was perfect timing. Well, there's the spark we needed.
Once again, a great job of blocking by the offensive line. Open up a hole right in the middle, and Bowman hit the hole hard and never looked back.
Maybe you just need to get him ticked off a little bit. He said he's a competitor. He wanted to make up for that little bit of that mistake that he made on that personal foul face mask on the last set of downs. So Dreadnoughts score quickly, and they can do that as the extra point. Matthew Ward, everything looked good there, and it is in fact good. So 21-7, extending the lead back to a 2-score differential here at Bryant Stadium. One play, 85-yard run by Bowman. 5:52 remaining in the first half. We'll be right back after a brief word from our sponsor.
And the Tampa Bay Titans 7. Dreadnaught fans, Duke's Brewhouse is hosting post-game parties all season after every home game. Bring your game ticket in and get a free appetizer with your meal. Duke's Brewhouse is located at the corner of South Ford Avenue and Lake Miriam Drive.
Or not. We'll be here. There's George Williams, chaplain. You don't think he's doing some coaching also? He's much more than the team chaplain, I guarantee you.
He's doing some spiritual coaching,
some
and some football coaching,
mentoring, some keeping your head in the gaming. He's a big part of the team for sure, and the kids respect him as well. So the big score, 85-yard run by Bowman, is longest by far of the night, even though that's his 3rd touchdown, and he has an extra point, 2-point conversion as well on that. Number 3 makes a pretty nice run back and eludes a tackler, but finally caught up with him at about the 27.
Dreadnought special teams have been solid tonight, covering the kickoffs.
Defense has actually been on the field a lot, though. That's something that just kind of the way it's happened with the scores and the penalties. The Dreadnought D has been out there way longer than the offense.
He's had an 85-yard touchdown run by Bowman, and
it took all of 15 seconds.
And our second touchdown drive was after a fumble. So that was a very short drive as well.
So Wright's going to fire the ball again. They're doing that quick out and working the sidelines to perfection right now. And another caught. It is caught. They're conferring.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he caught it. He did drop it. I guess they're going to say he had possession, and then he dropped it.
I'll have to see that a replay. Q Hall seemed to think right there that it was an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was incomplete, but
another Boo Birds coming out for the Knots here. They're going to go back to Aguilar, number 6, who picks up the necessary yards for the first down. So here's the game.
Aguilera might be a little sore tomorrow. He's getting quite the workload for the Titans tonight.
That was the game plan right now for Tampa Bay Tech. Aguilera and then a sideline pass. Aguilera, sideline pass. But they struggled in the first quarter, and since they kind of find this little rhythm, they've been moving the ball. And because they spread the defense out, it's creating some gaps there for Aguilera. This is definitely a pass play. Rolls out right side after looking left. And that should have been picked, and it's nearly caught. A missed opportunity, number 20. Dontavian Smith should have had it.
Could have been a pick six maybe, and then it almost was a touchdown if the Titan receiver could have caught it off the deflection.
Yeah, that was quite the missed opportunity for sure. Second down and 10, so it gives Wright a chance to get back. We've got some mist rolling in here, some fog a little bit as Aguilera again jumps the line but gets buried after a 2 or 3 yard gain.
Osmanis Aguilera with the carry.
Boy, that nearly was not only an interception, but then the deflection nearly went right into the hands of the receiver. And they would have picked up the first down, but the Dreadnaughts now have them in a 3rd and long at their 43.5 yard line. Crowd getting into this one a little bit after all the penalties called against the Knots. They're wanting to see the defense stop them. They do that quick pass play, and it is caught. And let's see if forward
That's
progress.
a good job of keeping him short of the first down. Let's see if the refs give a good spot.
It's going to be
great
close.
effort by the Dreadnaughts. It's going to be 4th and a yard, maybe slightly less than a yard. Great individual effort there by.
They did not give them a good spot. I mean,
that's Zay Roberson. He's the same guy, same quarterback who had that great deflection a couple of drives ago. Now a great tackle there, forces a 4th and 1.
Watch the quick snap count that we usually do against.
Been a star for the Dreadnought defense tonight, Zay Roberson.
Aguilera does get the first down.
But they do convert the first down.
Straight up the gut between the tackle and the guard. Aguilera just pushes the pile. 3 yard gain. They only needed 1.
Roberson's not necessarily a name that we've called tons this year, but great game tonight by the senior defensive back.
Number 51's getting a workout. Adrian James, the big
He's a big boy.
320-pounder. He keeps having to run off the field. He's getting his workout for sure as the Titans now into Dreadnought territory. Drop back. They look for that quick pass. It's not there. Goes back, fires, and then again, Finley Graham had a shot at the deflection.
David Wright had receiver Michael Boone open, but just overshot him big time.
Well, the receiver didn't know it, but he saved the interception by that tip right there.
Excuse me, it's actually number 21 and number 11.
Harris,
it's Armon Harris, yeah.
So Harris didn't know it, but that last little tip of the finger, Finley Graham was zeroing in on the ball for the interception. He thought it was going to be overthrown. Well, lordy. One goes against the Titans here. Ineligible
Wright's
receiver.
been pretty accurate, but he was definitely high on that one.
Yeah. Finley wanted that one bad, but again, the last-minute fingertip deflection caused it to change its angle, and he wasn't able to get it. But so replay of downs, loss of a few yards, a 1st and 15. Back into their own territory, temporarily at least. Aguilera gets the call again, and he's busting those 6-7 yarders every time. He is just laying some good groundwork.
This is important for the Titans to, even if they don't get points here, Tim, to get in their first down or so and run the clock out. Whereas with Lakeland getting the ball to start the 3rd quarter, you don't want to give the ball back to Lakeland here and possibly give them a chance to get a quick touchdown before the half.
Yeah, ideally, it's a perfect opportunity to run the clock out and score and be just within 1 score of the Knots at the half. As Wright calls for the ball, handoff to Aguilera again, left side. Of
course, that's easier said than done against this dominant Dreadnought defense.
Aguilera on the carry. 2 yards.
But at least, if you're opposing teams, you see a glimmer of hope with the Dreadnoughts giving up some yards on the ground.
3rd down and 6.
But still a 3rd and 6 conversion. Important play here on this drive for the Titans. We're going to send number 4 out wide, Bobby Moore, along with number 8, Greg Gaines. 2 wide receivers each side. The refs are going to blow the whistle here, I think, on a timeout by the Naughts. Friendly Graham's trotting over to the sideline. Might not have his mouthpiece in or something. Now he's going to come out. He's got to come out for a play. So kind of when you call a timeout or you have any kind of little equipment issue, you have to
3rd and
come
6
out
here.
for one play. 3rd down
The
and 6.
Titans big play.
Quick pass over the middle. Caught. Number 4. Number 7 took a shot at it, and he missed him, and that gave number 4 clear a lane. So
Bobby Moore, who caught the touchdown pass earlier this quarter, the Titans, he's clearly there. Big play receiver, Tim.
Sean Smith took a risk and tried to swat the ball down, and he missed it, which gave number 4 a clear center part of the field to work off of. As soon as he had the ball, he had about 10 yards clear to run.
He looks really good. I would imagine he's been recruited by some D1 schools, perhaps. 6-foot senior wide receiver.
Yeah, again, if Wright has some time, he's got a great release as they again go up the middle to Aguilera to try to put them in a good 2nd down position, but not much there on 1st count. No gain.
2nd down and 10.
So interesting call with just a little over a minute left, choosing to run the ball, and they're not much in a hurry, which is a little bit surprising. They're just going to be near the 1 minute mark when they snap this ball. As Wright keeps it
for the first time
slips.
tonight.
So an interesting call we have not seen thus far, as Jeff just said.
That's a play where you're trying to catch Lakeland off balance, not expecting a quarterback run.
Not a bad thought with us keying on Aguilera.
And he actually, because they had that block pretty well, if he doesn't slip, he's able to probably at least get 5 more yards. So they're going to use their 2nd timeout to stop the clock with 39 seconds to go, 3rd and 9. We'll see here if they get a couple yards, if they try a field goal. We'll see what kind of kicker they have.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how the different teams approach this part of the field. Like you said, if they're not really positive and sure of their kicker, they'll go for it. Armwood 13, Bloomingdale 3.
14-3 Armwood.
So pretty tight game there as well. Really no runaways here that in these topper echelon teams in the 2nd round, as you would expect.
Dabo Sweeney,
That's
defending
awesome.
national championship coach, will be the guest speaker at the banquet in February for the Dreadnaughts, February 13th. Will be celebrating a 2nd consecutive state championship at the banquet in February. We shall see.
You have your Swami hat on? Let's see. Yeah, hopefully that's
We shall see.
a good prognostication. That would be nice for sure. Long way to go here, and this one tonight has got to get through. That's right. It's going to call for it. He's looking. Quick pass fired over, caught, stepped out of bounds, number 21.
He wanted to get out of bounds and stop the clock, but he probably could have turned upfield and got the 1st down,
Yeah.
but didn't really even try to do that. So now it's going to be 4th down for the Titans.
That was a miscue, Jeff. As you said, I think he thought he was nearer to the 1st down marker. But
Yeah, I
he
think
could
he
have
thought he
easily-
had it. So down 14.
Do or die.
The Titans are going to not really even think about the field goal. 4th and 3, they're going to try to keep this drive alive so they can get a touchdown, which is probably a smart decision. Down 2 touchdowns right now to the Dreadnaughts.
A little bit of a change here at the line. Audible called by the coach. Wright looks over, checks. Aguilera is in the backfield, and they're going to roll out right side and look for a pass. Pressure coming, caught, number 25. Nice looking pass play. He gets smashed at the 5-yard line. It'll be a first down, but the clock will tick, and they're out of timeouts, I think.
No, 1 timeout left.
No, 1 timeout left, you're right.
The clock will stop until on the 1st down until the
There's no one
referee
covered.
blows it, but the clock is ticking now. 23 seconds to go. They would just spike the ball, or clock it, if you will. So 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line, 20 seconds to go. So because they have 1 timeout, you can absolutely run the ball. So Lakeland can't just automatically assume they're going to pass the ball. So if I'm the Titans, I think I would pass the ball on 2nd down, and then that way you still keep an option to run on 3rd down.
Playbook still wide open for the Titans, trying to make this a tighter contest. 2nd down 4. Aguilera pushes the pile, touchdown. Nothing fancy, just straight up the middle.
Power run by Aguilera. The Titans are going to pull within a touchdown here at the half.
they definitely tighten things up here as Jeff takes off the headphones for just a second, as the Maddens are up here in the booth. And they got a lot to celebrate. I mean, the score is wrong. It's not 21-19. It should be 21-13. There we go. That's better. Someone with the math tried to give him a few extra points there, and it's still an 8-point ball game and a 1-possession ball game, though, with just 15 seconds left here in the first half. We'd say that there's plenty of time for the Knots to score because it only took one play last time, but that's definitely asking a lot. We usually like to have at least a minute up there to work with. We'll see, though, if we get any kind of return on this ball. I assume they're not going to let us, though. They do a squib kick if they're smart.
Tim, we have ourselves a game tonight.
They do. I would think, again,
a real live football game.
They would just squib this one, try to keep it away from any potential run back. I just kick
you
as hard
definitely thinks that would be the case.
I would kick as hard as I can right at one of the Dreadnought players is what I would do. Hopefully maybe get a bounce and a ricochet off him. Well, he pooch lobbed it, as we would call it. And what is that? Why did they call that dead? Did he fair catch that?
I didn't think he did. Can a teammate call a fair catch for you? Because he certainly didn't seem to make any kind of indication.
I don't know why you would fair catch that. Number 13 had plenty of time and room and actually a small little lane there. But Castle's no one's arguing about it, so I guess we did. Just maybe wanting to get as much time to run a few plays is the thought process, maybe. 13 ticks. Why not
the last offensive play was that 85-yard touchdown by Bowman. Why not?
Smith's on single.
See if you can dial up a Bowman play here.
Smith's single coverage here. And I guess they're just going to take a knee.
They're going to take a knee and send this game to halftime.
Another interesting call. The Knots do go in with a halftime lead, 21-13. Maybe not a little bit of a surprising score for many people watching this game or listening to us on the webcast. The Dreadnaughts have some work to do, Jeff Goddard.
They do. They do get the ball to start the second half, so they can. I mean, they are still up 8, so they're up, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, if you will. So we'll see if they can put a drive together to start the third quarter and maybe get it back to a 2-touchdown lead before the Titans get to touch the ball again.
Well, I'm going to go stretch my legs and use the little boys' room, and we'll catch you back here at the second half.
Sounds good. Welcome
At the
to
Spine
the
Institute of Central Florida, we view surgery as a last resort. When needed, we employ the least invasive state-of-the-art spine surgical techniques to fix the problem at the source. Our highly trained experts provide the entire spectrum of non-surgical and surgical spine care all under one roof. Our unique approach ensures that you get the best results possible, maximize your recovery, and get back to what you love. Spine Institute of Central Florida. Trust nothing but the very best for your spine care.
Agnini Family Dental truly is a family of doctors. We strive to give our patients a patient-first dental experience. Our goal at Agnini Family Dental is to provide our patients with the highest level of comprehensive dental care and prevention. Every member of our team promises to put the needs and concerns of every patient first in every aspect of their dental care. Our family of doctors take a tooth-conservative approach to restorative dentistry with a special focus on sedation dentistry, implant dentistry, and orthodontics. Call to schedule your appointment today and let our family of doctors change the way you look at dentistry.
One of the most important things that we do is actually sit down and take the time to have a good understanding, having a customer that maybe is opening another location, and to help them either secure another piece of property Whenever our customers are successful, we feel successful as well. And just being able to share in that process is a great experience, and that's why we do what we do.
All right, welcome back to the Harry Seafood Halftime Show. Your score at halftime, Lakeland 21, Tampa Bay Tech 13. Pleased to be joined by Lakeland City Commissioner Stephanie Madden. Stephanie, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. 21-13. I'm doing great so far.
So you've seen Lakeland football from many vantage points. You've had 4 sons play for the Dreadnaughts.
Yes.
And, of course, now your husband, Steve, has been the Booster Club president. So just talk a little bit about what the Dreadnaught football program has been to the Madden family.
Well, John Michael is our oldest, and I was actually sitting with him tonight and my grandson, John Luke. So we were walking as we watched all the players run onto the field, and John Luke was watching. I thought, maybe another one will come and be a Dreadnaught. But he's the one who started it all in 10th grade, coming over to be a linebacker and long snapper. So we have had other linebackers and O-linemen, and so this is actually my second season without having a player play in about a decade. So I don't really know what to do with myself.
Seems a little weird, right?
It does.
I remember bringing John Michael to the games here when he was about 10, and I think he has a son now sitting at the stadium. Is kind of crazy. It makes me feel like I'm getting old.
It is. Well, yes, I feel the same way. I'm Lolly instead of Grandma. So.
All right. So, of course, as a city commissioner, what's new in terms of the city political scene here and developments, maybe for some economic developments potentially happening?
Well, I'm really excited about Florida Poly. I think it's really, when we annexed land to have the state's only polytechnic school in Lakeland, Florida, that is really exciting for us. But of course, it's been a baby university. It's just 5 years old and it's accredited. But now they're actually working with the Sun Tracks to work on autonomous vehicle testing and to be able to match industries, to target industries to come into Lakeland and to match degrees with jobs would be really exciting for me to get more of a STEM-focused, high-skill, high-wage job offering here. Because I think our young people, of course I have kids who are the age that I want them to stay here, but they need to have some good jobs in Lakeland, and so we're really working hard on that. That's one of my big projects.
There's a focus? Sure,
yeah.
That's great. Can you tell us anything about the Bonnet Springs Park? Does the city have any direct involvement with that? Is that totally separate from the city of Lakeland?
Yeah, so it is really all philanthropy led. And so, of course, the city, everyone in the city is really excited about it. The things that we've seen, I've been over there to tour it twice, and it's really exciting for Lakeland.
So for our viewers who may not know a lot about the Bonnet Springs Park project, can you just tell us a little bit about what that's going to look like once they get it open?
Yeah, so I'm sure that if you're driving down Kathleen Road, you can see kind of 2 mountains forming, and those are 2 big hills that will be, an area in the middle will be where you can watch concerts and for group events. They're going to have Explorations 5 Children's Museum. We'll be able to go over there, and so they're making plans to move over. Getting excited about some public art that's going to be out there. Of course, then also with the water, they're trying to get some boat amenities. We live in Lakeland, but we don't have a lot of we don't have a lot of lake activities for Lakeland in our name. So that there's just from outdoor activities to art and culture activities to educational opportunities for students and classrooms to go over. It's just really going to be a great feature.
Is
for
it
Lakeland.
fair to say kind of that would be Lakeland's smaller version of Central Park?
Yes, I think so. And then, of course, then they're going to be, developing that area, by Lake Wire, which will be great. And downtown Lakeland has a lot of exciting things happening with the new Catapult building. And I can announce tonight we just had a contract signed today for Meriton, which is what we've been waiting for, the residential area that's going to be behind the police department.
Okay.
And so that is a contract signed.
What is that going to be?
350 new apartments, homes, and up to 3 bedrooms.
Oh, wow.
They'll have a pool. They're even going to have a pet spa. So they're going to have a pet spa. And that'll be just a wonderful place to people to live, downtown, work, and play.
Downtown Lakeland's beautiful.
Yes. So
very nice.
It is exciting. One of the things I told Steve when I came into this job that cranes were an endangered species in Lakeland. And so I said, I'll be a failure if I don't see cranes. And we have been seeing cranes downtown Lakeland, so that's very exciting.
And one more question back to the Bonnet Springs Park. What's the timeline when they think that's going to be ready to open?
I really can't speak to that exactly. I think
next
it's
year,
maybe,
right?
Yeah,
2020?
2020. So I'm just not sure if it's the spring or the fall, but they're really making headway. You can really see a lot's happening. And I think that if people want to go tour, they love to give tours. And if anyone wants to give any money, I know that they like, it is a, people are giving,
land, like you
right,
said, yeah.
people are giving money to make that park a reality. So
Very
we have
nice.
a very generous community.
No doubt about that. No doubt about that. Well, Stephanie, thanks again for joining us.
Yes, it's my
and keep up the
pleasure.
good work on the City Commission.
Okay.
So we'll take a commercial break and be back with you with the rest of the Harry Seafood Halftime Show. Lakeland 21, Tampa Bay Tech 13 is your score of the half.
Growing up in Florida, I've always enjoyed exploring the lakes, rivers, bays, and the Gulf. But when entering unfamiliar waters, I do best when guided by a local expert. No one knows the way like they do. Likewise, when you get hurt on the job, you may need help to navigate state and federal laws that protect you and your family. If you find yourself in unfamiliar or troubled waters, hire an expert guide. Hire Smith, Fedler, and Smith.
Hi, I'm Chad McLeod, and I'm running for Lakeland City Commissioner. I am a Polk County native. I'm a business owner here in town. I'm a graduate of the University of Florida. Go Gators. And I'm a husband and father. My wife Erin and I have 3 young children, and when I think about their future, about what Lakeland looks like as they're growing up, I want our city to be one of the best places to live in the state of Florida. And that's a big reason why I'm running for City Commissioner. To learn more about me and my campaign, visit chadmcleod.com.
This is what you expect.
Well, don't worry. The whole family's gonna like this. It's not gonna be here tomorrow, I'll tell you that much. Oh, don't worry about that. We'll fix it. We're gonna handle everything.
And this is a different experience.
Welcome to Regal.
Every customer that walks through our doors, they have hopes, dreams, plans that they want to execute in their lives, and we are a facilitator to help them accomplish those dreams. I think we should never lose sight of the fact that we are a trusted advisor to our clients, which allows us to really formulate a relationship with an entire family that spans generations, and it's frankly something that brings the most satisfaction to what we do every day.
Good times, and all the flavor of New Orleans at Harry's Seafood Bar and Grill.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's show features music from the Dreadnaught Marching Band's list of favorites. It's ESPN themed and Shout It Out. And now, welcome Drum Major Hannah Smith and the Lakeland High School Dreadnaught Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dreadnaught Marching Band. comes the hustle. Our game ball tonight is brought to us by Wilson Sporting Goods. The Wilson GST football is the official football of the Florida High School Football State Championships. Wilson has an unwavering commitment to the game. Their dedication and drive fuse the game of football on high school fields and professional stadiums nationwide. From our hands to yours, the Wilson GST football. Play with the pros play. We are proud to announce the Balfour Company as the official supplier of championship rings for the FHSAA. All participants at the FHSAA state event qualify for a championship-style.
Welcome back to the second half. Hopefully you're hanging in there with us. And as Jeff said earlier, we got a ball game. It's been ugly. Not particularly unpainful to watch if you're a Dreadnought with all the penalties and just, you know, your Knots are better than what they put on the field here in the first half. Let's see if they can clean some things up and take care of business here with 24 minutes of work left to go. High end-over-end kick, and it is going to be returnable at the 8-yard line. There's a nice lane straight up the middle, lots of speed, and there he goes, Smith. He's just going to run around that guy, no shot, the glider. Touchdown Knots, that's a good way to start. He is something special when he gets gliding. That is the world-class sprinter runner Smith, who just seemingly just floats. I mean, he doesn't even look like he's going that fast. As soon as he hit the middle of the field, that center part of the field. Is there a penalty? Oh my goodness. That's just, even Coach Castle's got his arms up in the air. Like, what
There was a penalty on the far side of the field.
was that?
Blocking the back against the Dreadnaughts.
Really? Blocking the back against the Dreadnaughts. Erasing a 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. It just doesn't even get fun when the refs make that big of an impact on the game. They start asserting themselves that much, it totally changed the complexion of what the players are doing. I mean, that's a huge play. The Dreadnaughts have the ball, though, way back at the 37-yard line, and Bowman's going to get stuffed right up the middle. No gain.
DeMarcus Bowman on the carry.
No late hit there, of course.
Flag on the play.
Another flag against, guess who? 15 yards.
Penalty is unsportsmanlike conduct against the Dreadnaughts.
Ouch. All right, well, you got to try to hopefully get the one play where they don't call a penalty on you and score. 1st and 27 after the nonsense by the referees. Garnett drops back, looking to throw a picked off touchdown, Titans. Garnett threw it right in the hands of the big defensive lineman, number 70, Michael Moment. And that is, in fact, a moment for Michael that he will never forget. 6'3", 315-pound defensive lineman. Garnett throws it right in his hands. In a bunch of traffic. One of those games, folks. The Knots in a tussle here at Bryant Stadium, Bill Castle Field. Looks like they're going to try to kick the extra point.
Penalty is unsportsmanlike conduct against the Titans.
Yeah, they call it unsportsmanlike conduct against the Titans that has no bearing on anything. It doesn't affect any play whatsoever. And somehow the ball's still on the 3-yard line. What the heck? (21-19). Extra point's good. 21-20. 1-point game.
Point after attempt is good. The scoring play was Michael Bowman's interception return for a touchdown, which brings the score to the Lakeland Dreadnaughts.
Well, that's definitely the biggest play of Michael Moment's career.
20.
Right place, right time. Just devoured the ball there, and he only had to rumble about 15 yards for a touchdown. And no one was going to get him down. I'm telling you right now, unless you had an army with you, you're not tackling number 70 when he gets a little momentum going. So the Knots with a opening kickoff, 90-yard touchdown called back for a block in the back, and then a turnover and a score by the Titans. And that's been the lovely opening part of the second half. Well, those that said they wanted a close game, and Dreadnaughts look flat. They look stunned, I'm just going to be honest with you. Titans look all up and pumped up, obviously, in this game here with a ton of time left, down 1 point at Bryant Stadium. That's going to be a kick that, in essence, is a Titan ball. That's going to be as good or better than an onside kick. It went 10 yards, and the Dreadnaughts
basically
were
was an
disheveled.
onside kick.
Yeah, it was perfect. It was executed perfectly by the Titans.
The Titans have recovered the kick.
There's a flag, but I don't know what. I'm sure it's against the Dreadnaughts in some way.
Are you sure it went 10 yards? It was close.
I'm not positive. It looked like to me it went 10 yards in the air. Easily. It looked like it went like 13 yards.
But did we kick from the 30 or 35? Because they touched it right around the 44. If we kicked from the 35, it may only have gone 9 yards. I can't remember, to be honest with you, if we kicked from the 30 or 35.
Yeah, of course they wave it off.
I think that's what they were talking about, was whether or not it had gone 10 yards, but I guess they decided it did, so they picked the flag up. And the Titans had the ball down 1 point with 11 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Well, they erased, obviously, the getting the ball in the second.
Aguilera on the carry.
The Dreadnought defense needs to rise up here, Tim, and get the ball back for the offense.
And Aguilera is just continuing that punishing style, picking up anywhere from 2 yards to 5 yards, just a clip. Causing some damage along the way. He's allowing Wright to have these plays here to go to the sideline. There's going to be a stuff up the middle. Still a yard and a half, 2 yards.
Play game to yard. Brings up third down and 6.
3rd and 6. Big third down, keep this drive alive, or for the defense. Hard snap count. Dreadnaughts don't fall for it. He comes up under center. Now drops back. Watch these quick slant routes. Dropping back. No, he's looking deeper. Throws a nice ball.
Wide open.
It's going to be caught down inside the 15 to the 11-yard line. Broken coverage. Nice pass by David Wright.
You see the Titan sideline over there?
Oh, yeah.
That's called belief. That pick 6 gave them belief. They have a small, but right now very rowdy contingent of fans over there on the east stands.
Yeah, I don't blame them. They're looking at potentially going up on the Knots here with 9:58 remaining here in the third quarter. Right, hand off to Aguilera, breaking tackles, and he's got that confidence right now as a runner, Jeff, that he can pick up 5-6 yards every time he gets the ball. It's eating us alive.
They gained 4 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 6.
Isn't that scary, Tim, about that style of the running back or bruiser? Is usually as the game goes on, he gets more and more effective as he wears the defense down. We'll see if that happens here in the second half or not. 2nd and 6 from the 7, so they can get a first down without scoring. Aguilera keeps those legs churning and gets down inside the 3-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and about 1.
And some of the pregame prep, I don't think Aguilera was even mentioned. I mean, it was all about the passing game, but he's really been the one, the catalyst to open things
Wright
up.
And Moore have hooked up several times, but yeah, Aguilera really keeps the chains moving for the Titans.
He
tripped him up. It's going to be close. Just depends where they spot it. I think he may have gotten it.
Q-Hall came knifing through and tripped him up and looked like he took a header.
Here's a replay. Look at this. As you said, it's just a great individual effort by
Just look at that. Boom.
It's going to be, I think, 4th and less than a yard.
One of our big defensive linemen was injured on that play.
Banged up Dreadnaught. It gives the Titans a chance to quickly meet and decide what they want to do here on this 4th and 1. I think it's really more like 4th and a half a yard.
Is that Dindy? Oh, boy. That's not good.
4th down and 1 for the Titans.
Looks like he took a hip shot. He's pointing to his hip. Maybe took a helmet to the
That's
hip.
not Dindy, I don't think. That's not 99, is it?
Yeah, it is. So we'll see in a 4th down and goal to go at the 1. Well, I guess they can get the first down.
Yeah, it's 4th and
it says 4th.
Less than a yard.
No, it's just 4th and goal.
Yeah, it's not 4th and goal. They can get a first down. 4th and 1. So that's the big play there. They just had to burn a timeout.
Yeah,
and a tight game, that might come back to haunt them if they need those timeouts late in the game.
Dreadnaughts would also like to thank Glory Days for their weekly support
Man.
of the team.
I'm sure there's some eyebrows going up around the state when they're announcing this score around at the other stadiums right now, especially if
you could have a lot of
Tampa Tech goes up.
I'm sure you have a lot of fans over at Armwood cheering when they heard that score.
December 5th through the 7th. And the 4A through 8A will be at Daytona Stadium, hosted by DME Marketing, December 11th through 14th.
Do you know that, Tim? That there's basically a bye week built into the playoffs this year. So if you win the semifinals, then you have an off week before you play in the championship 2 weeks later. It's the first time that's ever been that way on the schedule. I just heard about that last night.
Wow, they're going to try to – that's a smart play. They're going to try to tie this one up, maybe.
Field goal. You mean they're going to go for the lead.
Field goal. I'm sorry. They're going to take the lead on a 4th down. Smart if it's in his range.
Well, it's got to be in his range. Come on, Tim. It's shorter than an extra point.
Saw the Dreadnaughts move on that play. But let's see. No, they're saying that –
if that's against the Dreadnaughts, that's really bad because then they probably will go for it.
Yeah, no, it is against Tampa Bay.
So now you definitely kick the field goal because it would be 4th and 6.
Yeah.
Penalty is a false start.
But it's still going to be just barely longer than
25-yarder, yeah.
Extra point. Yeah, 25-yarder.
Number 16 set. Trying to get the lead. Looks good.
Right down the middle. That's going to be a Titans field goal. So with 8:10 to go in the third quarter, the Titans have their first lead of the night. Tampa Bay Tech 23 and the homestanding Lakeland Dreadnaughts 21.
Hey, man, champions have got to respond. You got to play like champions when you're down and when you have adversity. And, you know, it's it's not promised to be smooth sailing all the way.
Tonight, Tim, maybe for the first time all year, we're about to find out what this 2019 Dreadnaught team is made of.
And it's possible they needed a wake-up call. So what are you going to do? Are they going to just stay flat the rest of the game, or are they going to respond?
Well, Tim, if this is the wake-up call right now, their alarm is blaring.
Yeah. It's going,
Pretty much.
Constantly, for over and over again. Unexpected, although we thought it was going to be closer, because the Titans at 8-3 had some serious wobbles in October. Of course, one of them was to Armwood, but they got blown out by a few teams. And then they come in here and
they're playing very well tonight.
Looky. High kick. It's going to be caught and a possible return. Good block there. I don't see anything on the bad side yet as Finley Graham loses the ball. They're going to call him out and down at the 49.
They're a little scared. The ball coming loose. He was clearly out of bounds before he fumbled.
The ball stayed in bounds, too, so it's almost a blessing that he got called out of bounds at the 49. There is a Tampa Bay Tech player down. He seems to be just rattled a little bit, and I think he's okay. Pops up. So nice return by Finley Graham, finally kind of patiently setting up the blocks. And I was watching very carefully, trying to see as much as possible if there was any kind of holding or anything, and all clean blocks that I could see.
No, it was a blocked return, no doubt about it. At the very beginning of the play, it looked like it was closed, but I think the Dreadnaught player kind of held up a little bit, so a smart, disciplined play there by the Dreadnaughts. Just the first time we trailed all year, Tim?
That I recall.
I think it might be.
2 points looms large here for the Knots, trying to make up that deficit. Just under 8 minutes. Inside handoff, Kellum. Nice play. Smith didn't block. Come on. Oh, that should have been a touchdown. Smith totally stopped and missed his block.
To get really big running plays, Tim, you got to have.
Watch this. Smith didn't even
try to engage him. Not good.
No, that's not good.
To really spring really big running plays, you have to have your wide receivers block.
And that's uncharacteristic. Where we typically are. That's one of our strongest areas. And I don't mean to rag on Smith, but he's had some mental lapses tonight several times. I mean, he couldn't obviously affect the one he ran back for a touchdown, but he's had several as Bowman gets the call and has a nice run there. Now it's just plow.
You remember, Smith is a track star, still kind of learning.
Yeah, that's
the
a good
finer
point.
points of football.
It's a very good observation.
8 yards brings up 2nd down and 2.
I mean, he's a high-end prospect because of his speed, being recruited by all the blue bloods of college football. But he's someone that's going to probably need to be developed at the next level.
He's got man-to-man coverage with Smith out there right now, but he hands off to Jakari Martin. Jakari's rumbling down, fighting, picks up a good 12 yards or so inside the 10. Gave him almost.
I don't think Coach Kraus was even thinking about throwing the ball in this drive.
No.
They're gonna run the ball right down the throat of the Titans until they get in the end zone. Until the Titans are able to get a stop, whichever comes first.
Right now it's just hold on to the ball. Don't make any mistakes and keep power football at you. Jakari's the lone setback. They got Kellum, watch that inside, and Bowman's also outside to the tight end. They hand off to Martin, who busts his way down inside the 3-yard line to the 2. Nice carry.
Here come the big boys, the hammer package.
It's great to have that weapon, man. Jakari, he's got that strength as well and that interior running. He's not going to be dropped. I've never seen him dropped on the first hit right away. He always carries and falls forward. So Garnett.
Can Bowman get his 4th touchdown of the night?
Tucked up under center. Martin and Bowman has it. dives. Touchdown, Bowman. Well, that was more like it. That was a little more systematic and deliberate by the Dreadnought offense. I like it. Nothing fancy. Just do what you know how to do.
Well, the Dreadnoughts trail for approximately 2.5 minutes, Tim.
Yeah.
Not for long. We'll see, but perhaps the Titans just poked a sleeping bear.
I hope. Wow, DeMarcus, 4 touchdowns on the night and a 2-point conversion. And they're going for another 2-pointer here.
And definitely well over 100 yards.
Flag. I'm sure we lined up off sides. Looking with a microscope down the line. Yep.
You're right, we literally lined up off sides. So now obviously they're going to change the play since it's going to be at the 8-yard line instead of the 3. They had the big boys in there for the Hammer Packers. They had to take them out. Change the play call. It's only 5 seconds to get this play off, and now Lakeland's going to have to burn a timeout, which is not something you want to see.
No.
That is their first charge timeout of the second half.
He's looking way down the line. Matthew Ward didn't even realize they wanted him to come out and kick. The squad that was supposed to be in was way down here at the 30-yard line getting some coaching, and the coach wasn't even paying attention.
I mean, you're up by 4 right now, so, I mean, if you get 2, it puts you up 6, but you still, could lose on a touchdown to convert the extra point, especially now that it's at the 8-yard line. We'll see. If I'm Coach Castro, I'd probably go and kick it and just try to get the point.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's going to leave the offense in there. They're going to go for 2 from the 8-yard line. You don't see that very often.
No.
Unless you're trailing, you don't have a choice.
So a common lineup formation, just a bit of reverse, and clear sailing for Smith. They got the 2-point conversion.
Great play call by Coach Castro there.
Awesome play call. Fantastic job of just giving Smith space. He doesn't have to do anything fancy. He just uses the quickness and just gets to the pylon, and then you can see the hit there.
And he's not afraid to lower his shoulder a little bit. Hey, I'm not just a track star. I can play some football and get physical.
So 6-point lead now for your Knots with 5:37 remaining in the third quarter. Where that can obviously have a good impact is if you score again, Jeff, and pick up another 2-point conversion, then you're up 2 scores.
And you make the Titans have to, kick the extra point to get the lead if they were to score a touchdown.
Very nice drive by the Dreadnought offense. Just power football. Offensive line did a great job, and running backs did the rest. Good play calling. That's just everything worked. That was the first time I felt like a Dreadnought, normal Dreadnought. Oh, bit of a low kick.
He's going the wrong direction, but he keeps his balance. And like a pinball, bounces back out to the 30-yard line.
So it ended up being a pretty nice. There's some chippiness going on late.
Yes, there is. But the refs are not going to throw a flag, at least not yet.
The Titans will take over first down and 10 from their own.
Greg Gaines, the sophomore Titan who had that return there, did not exactly have great ball security. Kind of was carrying the ball a little loose there.
We do have the third quarter water break with 5:26 in the third quarter. Dreadnoughts back on top, 29-23. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
good times, and all the flavor of New Orleans at Harry's Seafood Bar and Grill.
Well, the clock strikes 9:30, and I think Armwood 20, was that Bloomingdale 9? Is that what we just got an update with 5:26 here? No one said it's going to be easy in the regional state semifinals. And of course, heavy dose of Aguilera, who's just breaking tackles left and right.
8-yard gain there for Aguilera.
He is not going down on that first hit. 8 yards. They got something cooking, Jeff. I mean, they've got a formula that's working.
He just ran right through Cordell.
Yeah, he
Q
did.
Hall's attempt to tackle him.
And you got to expect that run, and then when he's breaking tackles, then here comes the pass play.
It's going to be close to a first down. I think he just got it.
Yep. Nice sportsmanlike gesture there. A Titan helping up a Dreadnought player. Dreadnought defense, turnover would be nice right now at the 4:35 mark in the third quarter. But right now they're getting a heavy dose of Aguilera. There's a decent job of hitting him at the line. He still picked up 2 yards. I haven't seen him fall backwards yet.
Yeah, they pretty much stoned him at the line, and then he kind of fell forward and picked up 2 yards instead of a no gain play. But that was one of the more well-defensed Aguilera runs for the Dreadnaughts in a while.
Yeah, that was. He still, like you said, got 2. Says something when you're thankful he only picks up a few yards.
You can't fall asleep against the pass, though. They're going to lull you to sleep with all these runs, but...
Drop back, wide open receiver, number 3, who picks up another first down. That's just a nice pass and catch from Dante. Harris is the receiver from right. He's killing us on the outside. Decent coverage over the middle of the field, but he's playing that line, particularly that opposite side line, very well. 14-yard pickup. And not only they're moving the ball, Jeff, they're taking some time off the clock, keeping the ball away from the Knots. Aguilera there, he stopped behind the line, but still, look at that. Come on.
Aguilera on the carry.
How in the world did he fall forward for 2 yards that time?
Play gain 2 yards, brings up 2nd down and 8.
He's my player of the game right now. He's the one that's changed the course of the game. Nice fake and then pass. Too hard.
A little bit high.
Yeah, too strong by right. I mean, he's got a gun though. I mean, I love quarterbacks like that have a quick release, and
he does get rid of the ball very fast, no doubt about that.
you actually take a lot of the defensive play out of it with such a quick release. A lot of the defensive players don't even have time to react. They're just trying to stay with the receiver. They don't have time to break on the ball. 3rd and 8, right. Fires, caught, and reached for the first down. I think he got it.
I think he stayed in bounds and was able to kind of get that extra half yard he needed to make sure he got the first down.
Mm-hmm.
So 3:09 to go in the third quarter. Lakeland clinging to a 6-point lead.
10 yards and results in a Titans first down.
1st and 10 now for the Titans at the Dreadnought 36-yard line.
Some confusion on the Dreadnought side. Q Hall switches places. The handoff to Aguilar. And Sean Smith trying to just hang on as he picks up 6-7 yards. It's crazy. I mean, obviously we're not down there, but it just seems like we're hitting them and he's just shaking us off like little gnats.
He sure is a big physical running back. You don't see high school running backs that size very often.
I mean, every play.
Another first down.
I'd keep doing the
6
same.
foot, 220. So you're seeing a very different style than Bowman, but very effective by Aguilera and for the Titans.
And again, they're big enough up front to where they can create just enough of initial space for Aguilera, and then gets a little head of steam, and he's already in the linebackers. Fresh set of downs. Nearing the red zone. Nice fake there. Beautiful defended play. They throw a flag for pass interference.
That was close.
That was close.
I think it might be a good call. It's kind of bang bang. Let's see the replay here. We'll let you decide in the replay.
He looked like he just got the ball.
I think he timed it pretty well. I think he timed that pretty well. I think it should be a no call. Unless we couldn't really see if he had his hand on his back, but the timing of when he really got there and made a play on the ball, to me, that was good timing.
I don't know how you can play some of these plays any better if you're a defender. I mean,
Penalty is holding against the Dreadnaughts. Results in a Titans first down.
Holding. There's a go. Finally got Aguilera behind the line of scrimmage.
Do they call that holding?
They call that holding. Yeah.
There's no way it can be holding because the ball was clearly in the air when contact was made. Unless they're saying that it was holding, during the route, prior to the bang bang play. I guess they could be saying that.
Brings up second down and 11.
Right, keeps it.
Keeper.
It doesn't get very far.
Well, we said our defense was going to be tested. We just weren't so sure it was going to be on the ground.
3rd and long now for the Titans. We'll see if they don't get at least close to getting a first down. We'll see if they kick a field goal. You're down by 6. You make it a 3-point game. If you could convert a field goal.
I think you get points every time you can against the Knots.
Yeah.
You stay as close as you can.
If it's like 4th and less than 5, then maybe you go for it. But if it's like 4th and 9 or 10, I think you definitely kick it.
I would agree with you. Spread field. Wright's been successful working the outside. Let's see what he does here. He drops back, rolls to the right, looking. He has a man over the middle, and it's broken up.
Touchdown or no? It's interception.
That's big.
I guess they replay that.
Yeah, he stole it off his back.
Hopefully we have a replay on that one. That's.
I was worried because Q Hall got in the face of the ref. I think he just said good call, but hopefully it didn't say anything bad because they didn't call a flag.
If anybody called it, I thought the Titan receiver caught it.
Yeah, it looked like it was against his body, and he literally caught it off the guy's back, from what I saw.
But the ref was very demonstrative in saying that, the touchback. So big play by the Dreadnaughts. Kendall Dennis, the interception for the Dreadnaughts.
All right, now tack one on right here.
Huge play for the Dreadnaughts.
You could even take some time off the clock would be good. No rush. Garnett under center, Dreadnought offense back to work. Inside handoff, Kellum. Kellum has some room. Kellum with lots of room, space. Turn on that speed, Reggie. Nice cutback. Got a man that can beat him. He had the angle, but beautiful run by Reggie Kellum on a nice inside handoff. That away.
Norris Davis for the Titans saved the touchdown. If he didn't have to cut back, no way he would have caught him. But when he had to cut back, he slowed up just a little bit. And good pursuit there by the Titans. They were able to get him down. The Dreadnaughts.
The engine's starting to crank up a little bit.
And they've had a lot of success on the inside handoff play tonight. Coach Castle, when he sees the play works, he'll go back to it again and again.
Yeah, the blocks, as soon as that handoff happens, the field for some reason every time on that play just opens. And it's just like, which lane do you pick to run in? There's 2 or 3 options. And
it's one of my favorite plays that the Dreadnaughts run.
It's good looking. So into the 4th quarter we go. The Knots clinging to that 6-point lead, but seemingly with the offense starting to churn a little bit. and starting to feel it. The defense has got to be exhausted. They've been on the field a long time tonight. So I said you almost hope you don't score too quick.
Team IP, the official merchandising company of the FHSAA. Gatorade Thirst Quencher, fueling the future. Mainline Events, the official photo company of the FHSAA. Beaufort, the official supplier of championship rings for the FHSAA. Spectrum Sports, the official television.
Taking a chance to just catch our collective breaths up here in the press box. It's been a crazy regional semifinal thus far at Bryant Stadium. Thanks if you're hanging in there with us. Wonder how many pieces of furniture or pillows you've thrown. If I had some, I would have done it here with all the penalty calls. But the Dreadnaughts now back on the move on offense. Inside handoff again to Bowman this time. Bowman picks up a few yards, 3 off the right side. Same play, different player.
I think that was a slightly different variation.
Yeah, well, it was a different variation, but
it's
still
kind of
of
the mirror image.
Similar kind of cross blocking and underneath look. Watch the corner here with Smith. Man-to-man coverage going deep. About that place on the field where Castle likes to take those long corner out. Now they're going to keep it on the ground, trying to just stiff arm Bowman. Somehow breaks a tackle, drives his legs, and then maybe a face mask. Yeah, saw it late.
He would have been about a yard short the first time in 3rd and 1, but that should be a face mask, whether it's a personal foul or just a 5-yard penalty. Either way.
Looked like a 5-yarder to me.
Yeah, either way, that's going to be Dreadnought first down.
But as sensitive as they're being calling those.
But actually, I think in high school, do they even have the 5-yard variety face mask? Did we have one earlier today?
Yes, I believe so. No, got him a 15-yarder. Finally, the band plays that flag song. That's like the first time we've heard that flag song. They're actually getting a little bit of a break of the Knots on first down now. Ball's going to be placed at the 13. They can pick up a first down, obviously, at the 3-yard line still. Garnett moving his Knots now, I formation, strong eye Bowman. Nice block left side, pushing the pile, churning down to the 5.
It's going to be just short of a first down. Should be 2nd and 1 now at the 5-yard line.
Tackled by Marcus Day. Play gain 9 yards, brings up 2nd down and 1.
Seemed like he gained 4 or 5, and they gave him 9. Just kept pushing the pile.
Bowman has 4 touchdowns. Tim, can he make it 5?
Wow, so now you've got all kind of plays here with a 2nd and 1 to go for a first down. Or obviously just 4 yards for the pay dirt. They're going to do the hammer and at least go for the first down, if not the touchdown. Bowman is going for his 5th. Bowman pushing the pile, dives forward. Was his knee down? They're going to mark him down at the 1.
Say he's down the 1-yard line. So it's a first down, though. So 1st and goal now for the Dreadnaughts.
He was kind of stumbling. That's probably a good call. Is the...
Let's see the replay.
The ball, yeah, he was down.
He was definitely down.
The tip of the ball has to break that plane, but his knees and hip were down.
Yeah, he was definitely down.
But
good call there by the line judge.
At the literally 1-yard line with a fresh set of downs and the hammer package in. Just do what you do, guys. This time the quarterback keeps it and pushes the pile. Touchdown, Dreadnaughts. Woo! Thank goodness.
As you alluded to earlier, Tim, I think they'll definitely go for 2 now to try and make it a 2-touchdown lead. Yep. It's 35-23, pending a either PAT attempt or a 2-point conversion.
Well, the Tampa Bay Tech Titan sidelines was in an uproar. Well, they should be. They were ahead of the Dreadnaughts here at home in this regional semifinal just about 7 minutes ago. And now the Dreadnaughts hopefully tacking on a 2-point conversion, go up 2 scores.
That was a fleeting lead, though, Tim.
It was evaporated quickly. Hard snap count, maybe. Trying to draw them off a little bit. That's not going to work. They look over to Coach Castle. Nice idea.
Timeout Dreadnaughts. That is their second charge timeout of the
I'm a little surprised you burn your second timeout of the half just to try to draw them off sides. I mean, we don't have a double-digit lead here, but if they get it back to one possession game or even tied or something, you definitely would like to have that timeout. But with the lead here, it's not as valuable as if you were trailing.
Perseverance and dedication. The use of steroids, dietary supplements, and other performance-enhancing substances is not the answer.
The Dreadnought offense has looked like the Dreadnought offense the last two possessions. They have kicked it into gear and at least calmed some fears about if they could move the ball this game. They were just so sporadic and so off on their timing. Having a good ground game can help dig you out of a hole, because that's what we did. Is Garnett's going to still be in there to try the two-point conversion. They do hand off inside, and a big number 35 who's going to get the two-point conversion. That's a good job. Is that Zaire
Davis, the sophomore.
Yeah, he's got some power too. So that's weird how they cut Zaire kind of across the back. He actually took a nice sidestep. That's good ball awareness to be able to kind of move to the side, not run where the players are, and find some freedom there. Found the open space and just dropped in there. So the Dreadnaughts 37-23 with 9:31. We'll keep it right here as Matthew Word's going to set to kick this one away quickly.
The Lakeland Dreadnaughts 37 and the Tampa Bay Titans 23.
Way to go, offense. At least for the moment, the heart palpitations can simmer down.
The Dreadnought offense responded big. Back-to-back scoring drives, including two two-point conversions to turn a two-point deficit into a two-touchdown lead as the Dreadnaughts are now up 37-23, 9:31 to go here in this contest.
Matthew Word, that thing is spinning away at the 15-yard line. Number 3 is going to take aim at the left side. He's found a gap, and he's cut back, and he's got a big gap, and he spins around finally at the 50-yard line. Nice return, though, by Dwayne Harris. He found a good seam there and then made a nice cutback there at the 32-yard line. As you can see him spin move at the 45 and falls at the 50. Then a nice job keeping his team alive.
I want to give a shout out to my good friend Keith Cornea watching up in Tennessee. He reminded us that tonight was not Lakeland's first deficit of the year, as they were down 6-0 against Kathleen a few weeks ago. Thank you, Keith, for that great stat. We'll call that the stat of the night.
False start Titans, finally. Now we've only got 200 yards penalties compared to their 20. Not quite equal yet, but something happening. 2nd and 15. Wright's had a great game. He's hung in there. Nice fire caught. Nope, they're going to say hit the ground. Did not get his hands under it. Number 4 tried to, Bobby Moore. Jeff alluded to. Bobby's had a nice game. Let's see on the replay if we can catch it. Yeah, ball hit the turf as he was.
Yeah, it's definitely an incomplete pass.
Bring up 2nd down 15. Some players being swapped in and out. He's going to try to get off the field. Just does. Ball snap. Right looking. Now pocket collapses and he throws it to the outside to nobody. Kind of trying to get to Moore, but really just threw that ball away. So Dreadnought defense now stiffening a little. You know, interestingly enough, Jeff, what have they not done this series? They did not hand off to Aguilar. I mean,
they're down 2 scores. They're trying to move the ball through the air.
Still, that's the only way they've been moving it.
I mean, if you're down 3 scores maybe, but you're down 2 scores, you have plenty of time. You can still run the ball.
Now you know they're going to pass. Here come the Dreadnaughts. Nice spin move by Wright to get away. He's fighting for his life. He's still on his feet. He finally goes down there at the 42 with a sack. Nice job of just totally just shoveling.
One of the Dreadnaught defenders grabbed his jersey there and was not letting go.
I don't know how he
escaped. Holding on for dear life.
I don't know if that was Dindy or, again, number 19 coming off the end, angling, and somehow he got away from both of those Lions. They got horse playing. I can almost enjoy it. Not quite yet, but since we are hopefully going to get the ball back here, number 23 back with Graham. Dennis set. All kind of weird stuff going on in special teams tonight. They've been kicking it short and dropping it in there. That was going to be a regular.
Oh, that's his best punt of the night.
Yeah, that was it. So they're going to make him re-kick it. That was his best kick, so maybe he's visibly upset too. He's like, come on, finally got a good one away. I don't know, we might have some magical shoe action with Bowman. I don't know if you caught a glimpse. I don't know if the camera can get Bowman's shoes if he comes back out, but it looks like they're white with gold.
Gold on the bottom, yes.
Got some sparkly shoes, as my youngest Amanda would say. That was her favorite thing, is to get sparkly shoes. Dennis has the ball, going to change field over and get drugged down by his jersey at the 25.
I thought for a minute he might be able to get something going there as he reversed field.
He did a Finley Graham, right? That's Finley's move.
They got brought down before he could really turn the ball upfield.
Finley's calling for that horse collar, but I think grabbed right in back of it. There is a flag down at the 30, opposite side of the field.
That is probably going to be a holding or block in the back against Lakeland, I would imagine.
Waiting on the call. Yeah. Personal foul, something against the Knots. Block in the back was declined, and the personal foul will stand. Blindside block. Okay.
Anytime you reverse field like that in return, you definitely open yourself up for that type of a penalty.
Hey, the way we've been moving the ball, I'm not so concerned about the loss of yards. If we can just continue to pick up first downs and take time off the clock at this point. 7:50 left in the ball game. Up 2 scores. Take as much time as you can and end with a 7-pointer. Garnett with the keeper. He's going to get thrown down for a loss.
Garnett on the keeper.
Good job by the Titans. Kenny Dantzler makes the stop. Tackle for a loss.
Second 12 on the 2-yard loss. Shale, not necessarily known for his super speed. Capable runner. Reggie Kellum checks out of the ball game. As Garnett gets the call from Coach Bill Castle in his 44th season. Just a mere young pup. Second 12, time ticking off the clock. Garnett hands off to Bowman, is smacked right there at the line. Nice job by the Titans. All right, we don't want to give the ball away this quick.
We might be punting from our end zone, which would give them the ball in good field possession. Still just down 2 scores. This game is far from over.
Number 2, Marcus Day came in and laid a good shot on Bowman. This isn't time to get lackadaisical, guys. Need a few first downs, please. Interesting to see what Castle will do here on will he protect it on a 3rd and 15? Or will he try something?
I'm guessing it's maybe a draw play here.
Drops back. Garnett looking, has some room, throws it. It's going to be bouncing off Smith. He had a shot, it bounced right off his shoulder pads.
That's a pretty good pass by Garnett.
Yeah, he still threw it short, though. See, the problem is Smith he threw it right on top of the other player. Smith has got space every time, 2-3 yards. You got to get it out. You got to get it out in front of him.
As the old saying goes, Smith has speed to burn. Let him use it.
The way you take advantage of that is you lead him. You let him run under every time. You just throw it ahead of him. Good try. Still in the fourth quarter, Armwood 20,
point lead
Bloomingdale 9.
Armwood.
Lincoln 17. In the fourth quarter, Lake Wales 36, Atlantic 14.
Well, Lake Wales has beaten Atlantic 36-13.
25, Charlotte 25.
Wow, Lake Gibson and Charlotte tied at 25 in the fourth quarter.
Sounds like a great game.
Christian 7, and Lakeland Christian 28. Melbourne Central Catholic 21. That is also final.
Oh, so Victory Christian and Lakeland Christian both coming away with a victory tonight. That's good. Those are finals. Keep those Polk County teams rolling as Garnett, the quarterback.
Pretty good punt.
Yeah, decent kick.
This time I took a bad bounce in the opposite direction. He got helped by a good bounce in the first half. That time, not so much. So if you're I don't want to call them Tennessee because they're Titans, but if you're Tampa Bay Tech, I mean, you got a chance here. Down 2 scores, got a short field. If you can punch it in and make it a one-possession game.
I mean, that's exactly what they wanted. They only took a minute off the clock on that last series for the Knots. Or a minute and a half, and they get the ball right back. See if they go back to Aguilar now with some time. I bet they will. Yes, they do. Hand off to Aguilar. Up the middle. Lots of room. Rumbling down to the 20-yard line. I don't know why they didn't do that on the last drive.
He didn't really have to break any tackles that time.
No.
Such a big hole. Just ran right in the middle.
Well, I mean,
basically untouched.
Our defense is exhausted. And this is a great situation for...
Yeah, I would imagine that they are. They've been on the field a lot.
Call for the ball. Aguilar gets the ball again. He's going to be dropped that time right at the line. So second down and 10.
That time, if you notice, Aguilar, for one of the first times or not, he kind of stuttered and hesitated.
Yeah.
Until he wasn't able to get his speed up and the momentum, which is
exactly right. He had to take one
not
side
his normal
step.
MO.
The side step allowed the defenders to get under his legs instead of heading north and south. Second down and 10. 4 wide receivers. Hand off Aguilar. Good hit there at the line again. That away. Good job, guys. Third and 10 now. We'll bring up passing situation.
Dreadnaught defense just got a little jolt of energy there and stuffed Aguilar back-to-back plays. There's definitely 4-down territory for the Titans. So it's third and 10. You got 2 plays here to get 10 yards. 4:50 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Big third down. They're all big at this point. Right, drops back, looking over the middle, and dropped. Too much.
He let him just a little bit. That would have been a very difficult catch.
Yeah.
As you said, kind of fire in there pretty fast and also let him just a little bit.
That's hard when a receiver has to reverse his hands and go low with it, and it's out in front of him.
It's a tough catch.
Very difficult to get. So here to go, 4th down and 11. Drop back. They got to get the first down. Here come the Dreadnaughts. They're going to make a big sack. That could be the ball game. What a fantastic job by the Dreadnaughts bringing the house. They did not let Wright get his feet planted at all.
Mary Jones with a sack for the Dreadnaughts.
That away, Knots. That was huge. That was awesome.
Larry Jones, just a freshman defensive lineman. He's got a bright future.
It looked like the call was in everybody. Everybody, go, go, go. 1st and 10 Dreadnaughts at the 28. Whew, that was a big sack.
Some serious pressure by the Dreadnaught front 7.
That was electric. It's electric. All right, Knots, 4:25 to tick off the clock. There you go, Kellum to the outside on a sweep. Cuts back, has a lane. He's going to get tackled, but still a nice job of picking up 6 or 7. Ran 20 to get 7.
Nice job there by Kellum getting his steps in tonight.
His Fitbit would be happy on that play. So now Dreadnaughts working on the clock. Feeling pretty good after the huge sack on 4th and 11 just a few moments ago. To put the Knots back in the catbird seat. Handoff.
Oh, the official got taken out. And the crowd cheers. It's a nice run there by Jakari Martin.
Watch this replay. Jakari Martin just picks his way. Beautiful little run, patient. And then at the end, the ref gets a little rolled up on. A gentle.
Fortunately, he didn't get his foot or leg caught up underneath there. Otherwise, that could have been pretty bad.
That was actually a gentle little lay down for the ref.
The Dreadnought faithful enjoyed that sequence, didn't they, Tim?
That's funny. Good stuff. Clock ticking. Be under 3 minutes after the snap of this ball. And the Dreadnaughts have a fresh set of downs nearing midfield. Garnett calls. Oh, nice hard hit, but Martin still falls forward for a yard.
He got stoned that time by the defensive line of the Titans. Down to under 3 minutes to go in the contest, 2:39. Lakeland holding on to a 14-point lead. In case you're just joining us, they actually fell behind after the Titans scored the first 10 points in the third quarter, 23-21. And the Dreadnaughts responded with back-to-back touchdown drives, each capped with a 2-point conversion, making the score 37-23. And that's where we stand here, 2:17 to go in the fourth quarter.
Everyone has these little testers along the way. It's never a perfectly smooth sailing.
And they just blew up that play again, did the Titans defensive line.
Yeah, that was a good play. They've stoned him
Bowman got
several
stoned that
times.
time.
I mean, they have
Kenny Dancer, number 95, a freshman defensive lineman.
Oh, he did the same thing. Oh, he's gonna be something. Timeout Titans.
So under 2 minutes.
Let's go ahead and take timeout. This one looks like it's going to be a while with 1:59 remaining. Dreadnaughts on top, 37-23 with the ball. Stay with us for the end of this one. I'd like to remind you that the Dreadnought highlight report will be held this Monday night at the Lakeland High School Film Room. So if you'd like to see some of the ugliness of this beginning of this game, but then how it ended, Coach Cass will break down everything for you, Dreadnought football. Here with the 3rd and 12, firing over to Smith, who makes a nice break, but he's going to be short of a first down by about 5 yards. Trying to get Arian some space.
Titans will use their last timeout to stop the clock with 1:52 to go, so they're going to get the ball back with no timeouts and down 2 touchdowns. They're going to need a big play or two to have a chance to come back here late in the fourth quarter.
That's the Titans' final timeout of the game with 1:52 remaining. The Dreadnought offense was still out there. Let's see. I think they're going to punt this one away for sure, but
I mean, you got Bowman. You could go for it. And if you get a first down, you basically ice the game here. It's not a bad idea.
We'll see. I think it's Amaya down there, a crack photographer who's been getting all the action right there. Look,
the shoes down there
in the huddle.
In the huddle, basically.
Nice job.
Looks like we are going to go for it instead of putting the ball away. See if we can get a first down here and basically ice the game.
Interessante.
Of course, maybe we're just trying to get him to jump off sides. That's
yes, I would
certainly
think
possible.
that is what we were doing, and then we're not going to do it. Hey, it's worth it. It's worth the old.
So now both
the
teams
old,
are out of timeouts.
Ultimately, you don't want to do anything stupid. You just want to wrap this one up. But there is no timeouts left on either side. Still 20-9. Armwood up on Bloomingdale late. Oh, Edgewater 17, Lincoln 17.
Edgewater, who we played last year in the state semifinal, in overtime right now.
Oh. Lake Gibson tied and also into overtime. So, as again, you would expect, and you can see these second round games in the regional semifinals much tighter than some of the scores you saw last week. And even held true here at Bryant Stadium. Titans showing up and putting on a good show. Not over yet, as the Dreadnought offense is out on a fourth down. They hand off to Bowman, who's following his blocker, trying to get to the outside. He's not going to get the first down, so it'll be a turnover on downs.
Titans did a great job, Tim, of stringing that play out and letting the sideline be the 12th defender. And they get Bowman out of bounds before he get the first down, so then we get the ball back with pretty good field position.
Yeah. Interesting call, but yeah. I mean, you hope and you would expect with our offense kind of clicking in the second half to pick that up, but they did a great job of just continuing to run out the blocks. That would have been a great play if you could have just literally stopped and changed your field. Everyone was moving fluidly in that direction.
Dreadnaughts no, too many men in the field. They were trying to sub and the guy couldn't get off the field.
Is it out there air guitaring at the 42-yard line? That's awesome. I love it. That might be Fenley out there just shaking and baking.
Penalty is an illegal substitution against the Dreadnaughts. Brings up first down and 5.
That is the call, illegal substitution. 1st and 5, but the clock is the real issue here for the Titans. They're not going to be able to run much, so the Dreadnaughts can. Oh, a nice pass, but a
nice tackle.
Good tackle there, an open field by number 6.
Jalen Christian, he's had a good game tonight.
Yeah, Jalen's had a good game.
Several tackles from his defensive back position. 1:34 to go.
So the chains are set and the clock moves. And again, they're not obviously handing to Aguilar because it'll take too much time off the clock. They're just going to work the sidelines and work
8-yard completion is able to get out of bounds to stop the clock. I mean, you've already basically converted one quasi-onside kick, so if they can get in the end zone here and make it 37-30, you know, obviously it'll all come down to Lakeland fielding an onside kick.
Well, they got that weird style that these pass plays that don't take any time because they're working the sidelines and they're all picking up. Well, that's the one way to do it. Man.
That was a jailhouse break blitz.
That was the same
Buldini
as
dialed it up.
Yeah, the one we had the sack on, that was the same blitz package.
On a play like that, if the Titans are able, well, no, it's just that the Titans are able to kind of successfully guess when that's coming, do a little wide receiver screen or something like that. That could be a bit easy touchdown or big gain at least for the Titans, but that was not the play that was called. And they forced them to get rid of the ball and were able to get the deflection. Great play there by the Dreadnought D.
What is happening?
1:16 to go. 3rd and 3 for the Titans.
So it was an incomplete pass, so it was not a sack. They didn't lose any yards on the play. That's why it's still 3rd and 3. Although it could have been a lot worse for the Titans. They got off easy there.
He did a good job of just getting rid of it. And since it was tipped, it doesn't really matter. There may not be anybody in the area.
Oh, offsides, Knots.
First down, 3rd and 3.
Yeah, they jumped.
It's a big break for the Titans.
Results and a Titans first down.
That's what you do when you risk going after the quarterback is there's offside. Nice play. Way to block it. Jumped up.
Another deflection.
Knocked the ball down. That's Sean Smith. Yep. 7 just used that long.
Sean Smith's had a very good game tonight as well.
That 6
the
foot,
Dreadnaughts.
one of our 6'2"ers, the 6'2" frame to jump up and knock it down. 2nd down and 10, but only a few ticks are going off the clock here with these passes. Wright's looking over, no timeouts left, so he's got to call a play here. He's got a few seconds left. Not much, play clock down to 3 or 4. Drops back, throws it off the shoulder, caught, and touchdown. Wow.
A minute 4 to go, Tim. Minute 2, excuse me, a couple more seconds ticked off. No timeouts, so it's all going to come down to the onside kick, but they recover it. It gets dicey. I mean, if they can recover their onside kick, it gets dicey again very soon.
They got to get the extra point.
Well, either way, you're still down by 8, so you can still potentially. It's a 1-score game regardless, but here comes the PAT.
Hubba hubba. Offsides, Knots. You hate, now they might go for 2 now.
Why not? Then you make it a 6-point game. Then it makes you really concerned if they get an onside kick.
When you have the chance.
Give it to Aguilera.
I would go for 2 right now.
It's a no-brainer to me. I don't think he's going to do it, though.
If you want to win the ball game, why not?
Because even if you don't get it, you still only down 8. It's still a 1-possession game.
Good extra point.
Extra point is up and good. So we have a 7-point Dreadnaught lead, 37-30 with a $1.02 to go.
The scoring play was David Wright's 27-yard touchdown pass to Wayne Harris.
That's been the best pass play of the night, Tim. Different iterations of that back shoulder fade.
Yeah. Our guys, I don't think they've seen that before, to be honest with you, because they don't know how to defend it.
You don't see it in high school a whole lot. It's more something you see, not even in college, some. You know, but a lot in the NFL, of course. You know, the one college quarterback you see a lot with is the Georgia quarterback, Jake Fromm. He does that back shoulder throw a lot.
If it's timed well, it's almost indefensible. I mean,
it is, yeah.
So the drama is not over yet here at Bryant Stadium with 102. You have to figure what Jeff just said. The Titans just took all of 38 seconds to score because of the way that they do their short passes.
This is it.
This is the ball game.
This is it.
It's either
this is it, boys and girls.
Going to be extremely, extremely nerve-wracking, or we win on this.
Couple of 50 formations and the game's over.
Grab it and drop down. Nothing fancy. Let's see if they go low or it goes high again. If he does that pooch lob, he squib kicks it. It's going to go out of bounds, so that's Dreadnaught ball. That's good. That works.
Onside kicks are very, very difficult to execute.
Glad we didn't touch it. They made it.
They should just have to take a knee twice, and that would be the ball game.
Guarantee you some people will be watching this film, though, to see what the Titans did to make it a game here at Bryant Stadium.
No doubt about that.
Please be respectful of the staff clearing the field and exit the stadium at that time. Thank you for your cooperation.
Garnett under center. All right, that's one snap. They're going to have to run one more play, Tim, and that would be officially ball game. Unless something dramatic and crazy happens here, your final score tonight is going to be Lakeland 37 and the Titans of Tampa Bay Tech 30. How many times have I tried to call them Tennessee tonight? About 6 or 7 at least?
You can call them whatever you want. They're going home, though, whatever. But not until they put up quite the fight, and by far the biggest test we've had, not even close. For the whole 4 quarters,
that's the final 10 seconds. We'll tick off here, Tim.
So the Dreadnaughts will win, and by all appearances, unless something happens crazy in that Armwood game, up 20-9, we will be headed to Armwood next week.
Whew. So if Armwood holds on and wins that game, Lakeland will go on the road next week over to Tampa to face the Armwood Hawks.
So the Dreadnaughts advance to the regional final.
So it is official. Armwood beat Bloomingdale 20-9 tonight, so they will host the Dreadnaughts next Friday night.
That wasn't a gimme either. That was a pretty close game, 11-point game.
I'm sure the Dreadnaughts will travel well and have a big contingent of fans over.
Not too far
at
over
Armwood.
Armwood, just down the road, just on I-4. It'll be a fun Friday night game as the players are shaking each other's hands. The matchup that everyone was hoping would happen, Armwood Lakeland on the road to Daytona.
Halfway there, 2 wins down, 2 to go to make it back to the state championship game.
Plenty of work to go, but you kind of saw it unfold, folks. It was a crazy game. A lot happened. Some sloppy play, some good play at times, some Lakeland Dreadnought offense that we are used to seeing, and then some that we are questioning of why in the world they're doing what they're doing. A lot of penalties, but it's a W. So.
Just some players of the game tonight, Tim. I think pretty obvious. DeMarcus Bowman's the offensive player of the game. Had a great game.
Yeah.
4 touchdowns.
How
and
can you not?
2-point conversion.
Have to check with this statistician Fred, but see how those 4 touchdowns, if it did get him over the record, where he's right there knocking on the door if he doesn't have the single season touchdown record. So we'll get to that information. But yeah, so we hopefully.
For defense, I mean, you could probably go a number of directions for player of the game. Gabriel Dindy had a great game. Defensive line position, the linebacker Sean Smith had a great game.
You said,
also I would defensive back. I would go number 3, Zay Roberson. I thought he had a great game, but Christensen did too. Just a great team effort by the Dreadnought defense, even though they did give up 30 points. But this is a very talented offense by Tampa Bay Tech. But the Dreadnought defense made plays when they had to, and total team effort. And big win for the Dreadnaughts as they move on to 12-0 now on the season.
Our biggest hope is that we see you right back here watching us in 2 weeks. We would love to have one more game here at Bryant Stadium.
And arguably that game next week, Tim, with Armwood and Lakeland could be the game of the playoffs.
Yes, it could be.
In the regional final matchup.
And not much more to be said, I think. Just wrapping it up. Jeff, any final thoughts for you? Glad to have you. I'm so glad to have you back up here.
Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you.
Yep. And
you missed a couple games early in the year, then I missed a couple games.
We all evened out somewhere.
Yeah, I know. I think it's only our second game we've done together.
I know. But great season again. The Dreadnaughts go to 12-0, and the Tampa Bay Tech Titans finish up 8-4 on the season. And I'm sure they're proud of some of their accomplishments as well, and certainly one of the biggest maybe coming in here and disrupting the Dreadnoughts a little bit on their road.
Nice. You see both teams kind of huddled there saying a post-game prayer. Nice bit of sportsmanship. Good things got a little bit chippy tonight, but for the most part, gamers play with good respect and sportsmanship.
And if by some crazy chance this is not our last game here, we'd like to, again, thank all our sponsors. We'd like to thank Michael Barrett and Barrett Creative for all the work he does behind the scenes and just unsung stuff, just even toting the equipment around, and his crew thank you for coming each week and helping us
And we want to
look good.
give a special thanks to our couple of our signature sponsors here for the webcast, Agnini Family Dental, who once again has sponsored our pregame and postgame shows. We're currently in the middle of our Agnini Family Dental postgame show, and also Harry Seafood sponsors the halftime show, so we appreciate them, along with all of our other sponsors as well.
Yep.
I think that's a wrap, Tim.
That's it. And with that, let's go ahead and wrap things up here from Bryant Stadium. Bill Castlefield, Tim Conti, Jeff Goddard.
Speaking of Bill Castlefield, there's the living legend himself,
Ooh.
Coach Castle, addressing his team.
Can't ask much better than getting the last talk from Coach Castle here. Hopefully, again, we're back with you in 2 weeks. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. And
we encourage you, of course, we won't be on the air next week because it's a road game, but we encourage you, if you're anywhere here in the Central Florida area, do your best to make it over to Armwood High School next Friday night, 7:30, as your Dreadnaughts take it to the road to face the Hawks, which would be by far the stiffest test of the year. So have a safe week, and hopefully we'll see you back in 2 weeks.
Everyone enjoy this cooler weather for the next few days. And so with that, the Dreadnaughts win the state regional semifinal 37-30. And we'll say God bless and good night, and hopefully we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Go Knots.